Even if it's not something that you watch, like even just subscribing would help if you can. Most Republicans don't hate LGBT. They affect your... Yeah, Donovan, you can come on up. Come on up. I 100% disagree with you. If you voted for Trump, I think by default, yes. At the very least, you just don't care about their well-being. At the very, very least. I understand that's your opinion, but that's the point of this live stream, to talk to people who have different opinions. That is the whole point of this. But having said all of that, some opinions are harmful, right? Not all opinions are just harmless ones. If your opinions affect people's well-being, they affect their lives, they affect who they are, then I think that's a harmful opinion. No, I think human rights, they're all just human rights. I think you all just need to get past this. Republicans are, if I can give them credit, they are very, very, very good at demonizing groups of people to anger you guys. They're very good at that, right? When this is not an issue that affects you at all, you think it does, right? There are better things that you probably should be worried about, that you should be focusing on. You should probably focus on, like, having more affordable healthcare, more affordable housing, like things that actually affect people, stuff like that would probably be better, rather than focusing on these groups of people that have nothing to do with you. Like, we as a society should probably just stop worrying about these things. Let's move past it. Yeah, Ryan, if you want to tell us what special rights they want, you can come on up. They just want to be able to do everything that anybody else is able to do. That's it. There's no special rights. Let's bring this guest on up. Again, we are looking for ops. Hey, how you doing?
Good, what up?
Hey, man, I just need to know your age first. How old are you?
45.
Alrighty. And what issue do you have with the LGBT plus community? Oh, you
It's
don't. Wait. No, never mind. Go ahead. I misread the
T.
comment. Huh?
It starts with a T and keeps going. That's all the...
Okay. So you dislike everything after the T?
No, from the T on.
Yeah. So everything with the T after. Okay, so what issues do you have with A?
Because one day somebody woke up and said, I need to add another letter to this horrific acronym.
Yeah, so what issues do you have with A?
So I like it because they're now domestic prisoners. That's the part I love about the trans community.
So what's A?
Another letter that means nothing.
What is it?
I just told you.
Shadow, what is it? You dislike something. Tell us what it is that you dislike.
I just told you.
You told us it means nothing, so you don't know what it means.
Works.
Okay, so Shadow. So here's the issue right now. You're disliking something that you don't even know what it is. Shadow,
nice.
Shadow, slow down. You're disliking something. You're disliking something that you don't even know what it is. I'm gonna have to mute you if you keep over talking. Shadow, I am gonna have to mute you. Good. Okay. This has to be a conversation. This isn't a platform just for you to just share your thoughts. Nope, Shadow. This is a conversation. Are you willing to have a conversation? Are you willing to have a conversation? Yes or no?
Female?
Goodbye. Guys, this is a conversation. If you want to be able to speak out to the ether, do your own live stream. This is a conversation. Okay, so if you want to come back up and converse with me back and forth, we can do that. It needs to be a dialogue. Okay, you clearly don't know what A is, yet you hate it, which is weird. And that's what I was trying to get at, and you were avoiding answering it. You don't know what Q or I or A is, but you dislike it for some reason. And again, Republicans are incredibly good at fear-mongering and getting you guys to hate things that you don't even know what the fuck it is. All right, keep tapping and sharing, though. We are looking for opposition. All right, opposition being anybody that either voted for Trump and or has an issue with the LGBT plus community. Thank you. And if you guys can all send that and heart me as well, that'd be great. What is it, fucking raining out now? Come on. God damn it, I hate being in Florida. It was really nice being on the West Coast. Fuck this rain. just to TQIA. Again, I don't think you guys know what that means. I don't think you guys know what that means. You hate something that you don't know what it means, which is weird. I couldn't imagine in my life disliking something but not knowing what it is I dislike. But we are looking for ops, so come on up, grow up, have a conversation, stop hiding in the comments. Nice one, soy sauce. We've never heard that before. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Well, if you believe in Adam and Eve, then you support Schmincest. Because in order for them to reproduce, they had to have reproduced with one of their siblings. So, it's weird that you support that. But that saying doesn't really mean anything. You guys have been saying that for decades. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't tell us why you think being gay or trans is wrong. You're just throwing out some sort of saying that has no really meaning with it. And again, skill, there's nothing that's being forced. Again, you're falling for Republican propaganda. There's absolutely nothing that's being forced. Every time I do this live stream, none of you guys can give a single example of something that's being forced. Every time you guys try to bring up something, we look it up. It's either not that or the complete opposite of it. Again, you guys are just falling for Republican propaganda. And you guys think about them a lot. You really do. I don't understand why trans people, who are like roughly 1% of the population, take up like 90% of your thinking. They have no effect on you at all. Kids are talking about them. Oh no. Oh no. You guys don't give a fuck about kids. Hi, Isaac. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Doug?
Hey, I just need to know your age before we move forward. How old are you?
Yeah, 34.
Alrighty. So you said kids are talking about them, I believe was your comment. What do you mean by that?
Yes. So, my ex has 2 kids, and the young one is going to the elementary school that I used to go to when I was her age. And she comes back from school and she says, did you know mommies can be daddies and daddies can be mommies?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? Are you serious?
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that? Someone at school is telling her.
Who?
And then I'm seeing these people
Who?
at her school.
Who?
She didn't get that from us.
But who said that?
Her daughter. Elementary
Who
school.
Who told that to her daughter? Who told that to her daughter?
Somebody at school.
Who?
Somebody at school.
Who?
I'm not. Hey. Did we say that when we were in school?
Isaac, who told that to the daughter?
I don't know who.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It was somebody from her school. I don't know if it was a teacher.
This is a word of mouth from a word of mouth from a word of mouth. Anyways, let's say that was said. Why is that a bad thing?
It's a terrible thing because that's not how families are structured.
Why? Okay, tell us why that's a bad thing. What harm is being done if a kid says that or believes that?
Because you are confusing children.
What are they confused about?
You're confusing them about their sexuality, which is something you shouldn't even be talking to
them about. Isaac,
about.
you're projecting. You're the one who's getting confused. Kids don't get confused by these things. You're projecting your confusion
I'm
onto
confused.
Them. Well, absolutely.
Explain to me how I'm confused.
Well, because you don't understand anything when it comes to trans people or sexuality, and you're projecting it onto kids. When kids don't really care about these things. Like, if a kid sees, like, 2 men together, they don't give a shit. They don't think about it. You do.
Oh, okay.
Because it bothers you.
So since kids don't care, then kids are not killing themselves because of this problem, which means we shouldn't care either, right? That's a lie. They don't care. They're not killing themselves.
Are you telling me, just say stuff unaliving on TikTok, please. But are you talking about trans kids?
Yes, this is what this is revolving around.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to trans kids, there is a higher self-unaliving rate. Do you know what lowers that self-unaliving rate that we have found over and over again via the data?
What lowers it?
Yeah.
No, what lowers it?
Gender affirming care. By a significant amount. By upwards of 60+%, it lowers the self-unaliving rate. So if you don't want them to unalive themselves, which I don't, you should be for gender affirming care.
I actually am not, because the gender affirming care includes hormones, and hormones totally screws with their mental. They're not supposed to have a bunch of hormones being
Okay.
injected into their body.
So kids are, for one, are not getting hormones. I don't know where you're getting that from. Secondly, gender affirming care in general lowers the self-unaliving rate. So if you're against that, you want kids to unalive themselves more, which it sounds
Wait,
like.
do you really believe kids are not getting hormones?
Yeah,
You really believe
by
that?
what age? What age are you talking about?
Doesn't matter.
Yes. What age are you
You
talking
really
about?
believe that teenagers are not getting hormones?
Now we're talking about teenagers. That's different than kids.
Oh,
yes,
they're
some.
not kids.
Yeah.
How many are kids?
How many teenagers?
Dude,
do
you
think
sound
are
like a
getting this?
pedophile.
How
They're
many
not kids.
Isaac, we have
Teenagers
to have
are not kids.
Isaac, you need to relax and act like an adult and have a conversation. You're getting angry and emotional. Okay? How many teenagers on a yearly basis do you believe are getting hormones?
It does not matter. One.
How many
One is
on a
all it
yearly
takes.
basis? Okay. Tell us why this is a
One is
bad
all
thing.
it
Which,
takes.
okay, Isaac, remember, once again, gender affirming care, which includes that, lowers the self-unaliving rate. You are
I
telling
do
me you
not
want them
believe
done.
that.
Well, that's a you problem. Whether you believe it or not doesn't make it not true. Whether people think the earth is flat or not doesn't determine if it's flat or not, okay? You're just willfully being ignorant right now.
Do you know how these surveys are done?
These aren't surveys.
Dude, these are total surveys.
These are not
They're
surveys. You
totally
didn't
subjective.
Hey, Isaac, you
Go
didn't
ahead.
even know about this until I just told you about it.
I do know about it. I don't
You
know
didn't.
the exact numbers that you're trying to catch me on.
I'm not trying to catch you. I'm trying to educate you. Or the chat. You're not going to get educated. You're not willing to, but people in the chat will. So I want you to provide counter evidence that that's not true.
Okay, these types of things, these types of statistics and surveys are heavily skewed by the way the questions are asked. By it has to do
This isn't.
with
This
the
isn't.
people
This isn't a
behind the
survey.
surveys.
Not a survey. Not
This
a
is something.
survey.
It is
Not a survey.
super like. Go
Not a
ahead.
survey. Not a survey. Once again, I just taught you about this. You don't tell me what this is. Okay? So the title of this study is Mental Health Outcomes in Transgender Non-Binary Youth Receiving Gender-Affirming Care. So what they found was that at the ages 13 to 20, who received gender-affirming care, which include puberty blockers and gender-affirming hormones, was associated with a 60% lower odds of moderate or severe depression and 73% odds of self-unaliving. So it's not 73, I said 60. I was actually lower than it. This is not a survey. It's just by what has happened. So the ones that get gender-affirming care, they just see if they self-unalived or not. This is just pure data. I hear the wheels turning. I hear them turning. So this is why I'm for this. I don't want kids to self-unalive themselves. I don't want that happening.
This is a artificial problem that has been pushed. Okay, so this is why kids are killing themselves, because kids, they still take the hormones, they still take gender affirming care, and they still kill themselves.
Isaac,
like look how detransitioners, look at detransitioners and how they're treated.
Okay, what do you think the percent of detransitioners are? How many do you think detransition and regret it? Like,
I
roughly,
imagine it's a lot smaller. I imagine it's smaller.
But what percent of them detransition and regret it? Roughly. You don't need to give
I'd
exact
imagine
percent.
it's probably around. I know it's already a small community, so I imagine it's probably going to be around 5%.
Well, but a small community doesn't matter. We're talking about as a percentage
of
but
that
it's actually,
community. Yeah,
it's actually about 1%. It's actually about 1%. So that means 99% of them don't regret it. And again, if it lowers the self-unaliving rate,
why do you guys treat them like shit?
Isaac,
why do you treat that small minority of a minority? Why do you guys treat them like shit?
Isaac, you're the one who has been talking negatively about them this entire conversation.
No, I like them. I promote them.
Well, you're not, Isaac. The way that you're talking isn't helping them. And again, can you give me a different thing that helps them not self-unalive? Because we see gender affirming care does. I just showed you the data. I just read it to you.
Yeah,
do you have an alternative? Okay, yeah. What is it?
Yes, the alternative. No, it's not even. It even shouldn't be an alternative. It should be the main one. Is belief in God and Jesus Christ, that you were created perfect. Okay. That you were created in God's image.
That's where it is. Got it. Okay. So just believe in God.
No, specifically believe in Jesus Christ, who loves you the way you were created, the way you are.
Okay, so you want them to deny themselves as to who they are, and you think that's going to lower self-unaliving rate.
Themselves.
Okay.
Love themselves.
They are, and Isaac, they are.
Adult weirdo who's telling them that they are.
Shut up. You're not going to push out misinformation here, okay? They are trying to love themselves. What you are saying is doing the opposite. They are transgender. I hate to break it to you, but transgender people exist, transgender kids exist. I don't care whether you like it or not. We have the data that shows what lowers the self-unaliving rate and severe depression. You don't want that happening. This is why you guys hate the community, because I gave you the data showing that this will cause them to self-unalive themselves less, and you don't give a
Can
fuck.
I talk yet?
This is why you're a hateful person. Show me data that believe in Jesus lowers the rates. Yeah, show me the data.
Can I talk yet?
Yeah, show me the data.
Okay. Here's some data for you. Kids are highly impressionable.
That's not
If
data.
one kid's gay,
Not
if
data.
one kid's gay, a whole bunch of other kids are thinking, oh, maybe I'm gay too. Is that not true?
Okay. No, that's not how that works, Isaac. You can't just
Oh,
make
it's not
somebody
how it
gay.
works. Kids are not
Yes,
impressionable.
Isaac,
Oh,
Isaac,
you are
Isaac,
breaking
Isaac,
science right now.
Isaac, show me data that believing in Jesus lowers the self-unaliving rate. Show me data.
Dude, it's everywhere.
So show the data.
Show the data?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm in my truck going to work right now. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay. So the
You want me
data
to go
doesn't
on Google and
exist.
start pulling up data for you? The
Yeah,
data
so
exists. How
the
about you
data
look up
doesn't
the data?
exist.
It
Isaac,
definitely exists.
Isaac, the data doesn't exist. You're brainwashed. You believe in something that doesn't exist at all. Okay, but anyways,
Okay,
you shouldn't
what
be
about
driving
people
out.
in
You shouldn't be
prison
living
who...
on a live stream. You shouldn't be driving on a live stream. Again, guys, if you're doing that on a live stream, just don't fucking tell me. All right? It's a don't ask, don't tell policy. If I don't hear any car noises, then I won't drop you. But like, you can't tell me that you're doing that on a live stream. I have to drop you. I'm sorry. You can come back up when you're not driving. Okay. But again, I think he's a perfect example of what I have up here. I gave him the hard facts, the hard data about himself and alive himself less when it comes to getting gender affirming care. He just didn't care. He denied it. His opinions seemed to matter more. He's just willfully being ignorant at this point. This is the problem. This is part of the problem. So somebody else can come on up. Again, this is my backup account, so make sure you guys give me a follow if you don't already. But keep tapping and sharing. Make sure you send in the heart me as well. Okay. You can send the heart me on this live, even if you did it on my other account, because it's a different account. Yeah, apparently believing in Jesus didn't work out. Yeah. Hey, Coach Daniel, you're welcome to come on up. Oh, let me see, Peabody. Give me 1 second. 1 second here. Mods, again, if you can help bring people up, anybody in the comments that looks like they're opposition, just request for them to come on up. If you don't know how to do that as a mod, please let me know. Where did you send this picture? Live chat, maybe? Oh, I see. I see it now. Oh, yeah, Paige, I can. Let me demod somebody else. I always hate doing this because you're going to get a notification about it. But give me a second. I'll do so. Hold on. All right, who am I demodding? Whoever it is. Oh, I see somebody who I can demod. I guess I don't talk to this person anymore, but it's okay. All right, Paige, here you go. Add moderator. I'll give you full powers. You can do what you want with them. Okay, you're good. You're added as a mod. Peabody. I think Peabody has probably been the mod the longest, I would say. One of the longest, at least. What's up, Mike? How are you? What a day so far. All right. Again, guys, being on my backup, it's probably going to be a little bit slow at first. Just hang tight with it. Again, if you all can tap and send heart me, do all that stuff, it helps out. But moving forward, again, I'm going to try to stream on this account more anyways, because I think it's probably good that I build this one up. So I'll try to do that. I still haven't heard about the appeal on the other one. When I appealed it initially, the first one I got, I heard back within like 2 minutes. Got approved. This one's seems to be taking longer. They can do whatever they want to stop pushing on the kids. Great. JFall, tell us how they are pushing things on kids. Okay. I want you to prove to me that you're not falling for Republican propaganda. You all seem to say that. Your Facebook feed tells you that. Your Instagram feed tells you that. Something tells you that, but none of you guys can ever provide evidence of it being pushed on kids. Show me some hard facts of it being pushed on kids that's representative of the whole community. That's what I want to see. 4-year-old choosing gender. Great. Tell me how that's being pushed on kids. That's not an example. And even if that were, tell me how that's harmful. Okay. Just because you don't like it, just because you guys are not caught up on the science when it comes to things, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Right? You guys always seem to be behind the science when it comes to things. You're always the groups of people that seem to be behind the science of evolution or global warming or anything like that. And you guys just seem to just be behind it, either because willfully so, or you just can't seem to grasp the concept of it. It's probably both of them. Yeah, the concept of being trans is a thing. Yes, we have known that to be a thing for a long time. Just because you're just hearing about it doesn't mean it's a new thing. They added 2 more letters. Those letters have been there for a long time, and I hate to break it to you, I'm sorry that letters bother you. You guys are getting triggered by letters. You guys are the biggest snowflakes that have ever existed. I couldn't imagine letters bothering me this much. Come on up, hit the request button. You guys just seem to be very talkative in the comments. If you guys are really confident in your views, you should be able to come on up and debate me and prove me wrong instantly. You should be able to if you're that confident. I have a feeling you're not, though. You guys are probably just waiting for somebody who's slightly smarter than you to come on up to say the viewpoints that you can't seem to be able to vocalize. Right, Chris? Letters. Very, very scary. And what's weirder, what I find to be very odd, is I often hear, I hate everything after LGB, but they can't tell me what they mean. Right? They can tell me what T means pretty often. They can't really tell me what the other ones mean, but they hate it. They hate something that they don't know what it is. Come on up, guys. Hit the request button. And again, if you guys actually care what the letters stand for, and you genuinely want to know, you can literally just look it up yourself, right? What it tells me is when you ask it in here, you're not genuinely trying to ask. So, okay. Well, Heather, you can come on up and tell us why you think it's not true. This is the problem. Again, you guys are behind the science when it comes to most topics, really. So tell us what's not true about it. A lot of people don't know what the QIA stands for, at least the ones I talk to, right? I can't speak for the entire population, but the ones that I talk to don't seem to know what they stand for, but they hate it. They're against it. Or they say it's being forced on kids, like this comment right here. But again, they can't provide any single example of it being, quote unquote, forced on kids. Yeah, why would people be making this up? Why would somebody pretend to be trans when they know the backlash they get from you people? Who on earth would voluntarily choose to be that way knowing the repercussions that often happens? Right? So clearly it's not a choice. Again, you guys just shifted. You guys are the exact same people 20, 30, 40 years ago who would be saying these same things about gay people. Right? But you in the comments are going to say, well, I'm okay with gay people. Nope, your exact thinking would have been about gay people 20, 30, 40 years ago. But now it's just about trans people. And 20, 30, 40 years from now, it's going to be about a different group of people. Because Republicans are really, really, really good at demonizing groups of people to distract you from focusing on things that actually matter. Right? If you're going to hate groups of people, maybe you should focus on the other 1%, the billionaires, the ones that are actually, taking a shitload of money from society and actually harming society. Maybe you should focus on them, not the 1% of trans people who have no effect on you whatsoever. But again, you can come on up, just hit the request button. That's it. I don't care about Leviticus. Don't care. All right, let's bring this guest up. Hi, how are you?
I hate faggots because they're disgusting and they should.
Guys, but MAGA doesn't hate the LGBT plus community. Remember when you guys come in the comments and you say we don't hate them? Well, there's one of them, and we're going to get more of them. So, just proving my point over and over and over again. Slugs for salt is correct. Yeah, no, if you voted for Trump, you do. Yeah. If you voted for Trump, you're voting to harm the community. So I can say all. Your vote by default harms them. You can say bullshit, but just come on up. Again, why don't you, grow a pair and hit the request button and have an actual conversation with me? Stop hiding in the comments. Once again, if you are very, very confident in your views and you think you guys are correct, I would imagine you would want to come on up and prove me wrong instantly. Wouldn't it be very satisfying to disprove me, make me look like an idiot? But you can't do it because you just hide in the comments. Oh, Nathan. Again, you're saying the same thing you guys always say. Come on up and give me an example of it being pushed on kids. None of you guys are able to give examples. I don't know why. At some point, shouldn't you accept that, like, hey, like, maybe what I believe is incorrect because none of you guys ever seem to give a single example? Every time I do this live stream, every time this topic comes up, never a single example. At what point are you going to think maybe I should, like, stop believing these things? And if you have not sent in your heart me on this live stream, please go ahead and do so, okay? The only thing that bothered me is trans. Like, you can't change your gender. You're right, they're not changing their gender. I think part of the reason is that you guys don't seem to have, like, a basic understanding of what it means to be transgender. I think your concept of it seems to be based on some sort of misinformation that's been pushed upon you. I think if you guys had a better understanding of it, you would probably be a little more accepting. But nobody's changing their gender. That's not what being trans is, right? So you have a fundamental misunderstanding of it. Okay. I'm not going to debate the comments. Just come on up. If you're in the comments and you appear to be opposition, you are getting requested to come on up, invited to come on up. I've invited multiple people, and none of you guys seem to be accepting it. Hey, if you're just joining the live, this is my backup account, so make sure you follow me over here, okay? Hi, how you doing, Steven?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm great. I just need to know your age before we move forward. How old are you?
60 this week.
All right. Happy early birthday to you. All right.
Yeah,
So what's going on? I think I saw some of your comments, but yeah, what issues do you have with the LGBT plus community?
Yeah, this topic comes up a lot, and I don't know if it's just being. I don't know. I'm sure some people hate the community, but let's first just so we're on the same page. Define the MAGA group.
In this context, anybody that voted for Trump. Thank you, Timmy.
Okay. All right. So I voted for Trump, and I do not hate the community. So
okay,
why is that? I mean, that seems like such a broad statement that anybody who voted for Trump hates him. So clarify that.
Yeah, sure. So if you voted for Trump himself and Republicans are harming the community left and right. Like, it seems to be one of the big things that they're focusing on. And your vote went towards that. Okay, whether you intended on that or not, whether that was what your vote was for or not, your vote absolutely harms the community.
Okay,
for sure.
So first of all, I hate the term homophobic because that's just not even accurate.
Okay, but homophobic doesn't mean you're scared. It doesn't mean you're scared of gay people. That's not what homophobic means.
That's exactly what it means.
That is not what it means. I'm going to pull up the definition. That is incorrect. That is not. It does not mean you are scared of gay people, or transphobic does not mean you are scared of trans people. That's not what it means. I don't know where you guys got that from.
Phobia.
Okay. So phobia has multiple meanings. Phobia has multiple meanings. It has it's an irrational fear, hatred, discomfort, or prejudice against lesbian, gay, bisexual, or queer people. That's what it means.
Okay.
So you have an irrational hatred.
Look up the definition of phobia.
I'm telling you what the definition of homophobic is. I gave you the definition, Stephen.
Okay. We disagree on that. Can we move on?
We can't disagree on what a definition is.
Yeah, we can. It's a made up
We
definition.
can't, Stephen, we can't disagree. Okay, whatever. I don't care what word you want to associate with it. You guys have an irrational fear, hatred, discomfort, or prejudice against the LGBT plus community.
Okay, I do.
Whatever
not.
word you want to associate with that.
Okay. I think maybe the biggest problem that the country, at least I can speak for myself and possibly some other Gen X people, is the fact that it's the pride flag, the pride parade, the pride month. Why is it that people think they can throw it down all over the place and in our face? Hey, I'm gay. Yeah. Why is that forcing it down our throats important?
Okay. How is that being forced down your throats just by a flag
just
existing?
The parade and hey, I'm the flag and the pronouns and why is that important?
Stephen, just go about your life. Mind your own business. That's all you have to do.
Well, that's what we're trying to say. Go about y'all's life, and I don't know if you are part of the community or not, but those that do that, go about your life. And I mean,
they are, Stephen. They are.
I have a lot of friends that.
Stephen, I don't know how often you come across LGBT plus pride parades. I don't come across them often. It's not something that comes about in my daily life. Like maybe once a year, maybe. Like I would accidentally come across something like that. It's not happening to you. It's not. If it comes across on your algorithm, that's the things that you see because your algorithm gives you things that you like to see. But in your day-to-day life, that's not happening.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's how the algorithm works. That's absolutely how the algorithm works.
I'm comfortable with everybody doing whatever they want to do. It's just the whole announcing of the thing. Like you, I'm assuming, and I'm jumping to this assumption that you might be gay. Is that true?
I am not gay, no.
Okay. So you're not promoting anything with the flags and the T-shirts and the announcing of anything. You're just having a conversation, and I respect that because one, we disagree on things, and we're still having a conversation about it, which is cool. I appreciate that. But I do work with some people that fall under that community, and none of those people are going around flaunting it or whatever. But just curious.
Neither's anybody else. Neither's anybody else.
Have the desperate need to want to tell everybody.
Okay,
that's
Stephen,
the question.
Nobody's really doing that, and if they are, what does that matter to you? Religious people do that all the time, and I don't think that bothers you. Yes, there are some people who do whatever. It has no effect on you. Just go about your life. That's all you have to do. That's it.
Why can't those people in that community go about their life?
They are.
And do what they want.
So you want them to not be in public. That's what you're telling us. You want them to not be in public.
Now you're putting words in my mouth. Now we're going to have a problem. I'm not saying that.
You said behind closed doors. That would be not in public.
I do what I want to do behind my closed doors, and I'm married to a woman, and I'm private, and nobody needs to know what's going on.
You're talking about sex now. Nobody's doing that in public. That's
I'm not saying they are. I'm saying that I think what most of the people have a problem with is the way it's being flaunted, and why do people of that community think that we care whether or not you are gay or lesbian or trans?
You're telling me that you care. You seem to care because you seem to be bothered that they're walking around with a flag. That really seems to bother you.
Nobody cares. I don't care what they do behind their closed door. What I do care about is going around doing it like that.
How does it harm you? Stephen, other than it bothering your feelings, tell me how it harms people. What's the harm that's being done?
When little children see that and they seem to think it's okay, that really bothers me.
Okay, so here's the issue. You're telling me on one hand it's okay to be gay, lesbian, whatever, but kids can't know about it.
No, I never said that. I said it's okay if you want to do that. I never said it's okay because scripturally it's a sin, and we all fall short, and we all need to repent.
Okay. Tell me what's harmful about being gay.
It's a sin for one. It's unnatural for the other. And I don't like the lifestyle, so I choose not to be that way.
Well, it's not a lifestyle. You can't choose to be gay or not. But what do you mean by it?
It's a total choice.
Stephen, you cannot choose your sexuality.
Yes, you can.
Stephen, so you can choose to be attracted to men?
Scripturally, it's a sin.
Stephen, can you be attracted to men?
No.
So you can't choose.
That's what I'm saying. I choose.
No. Could you physically choose to be gay?
It's a choice to be gay.
No. Can you choose to be attracted to men?
That's what I'm saying. It's a choice to be attracted to men if you are a man.
So you could, if somebody forced you, you could be attracted to a man.
No.
So then it's not a choice.
Yes, it is, because everybody is born sinless.
Steven,
Being
you're
a
contradicting
sin,
yourself. Steven,
it-
you're
no, I'm
contradicting
not.
yourself.
No,
You
I'm
just
not.
told me it's a choice, and I asked you, can
No,
you
I'm not.
choose to be attracted to men? And you just said
Do you
no.
believe in the Bible?
Steven,
Do you believe
Steven,
that the children are born sinless?
Steven, can
No,
you be
answer my
attracted to a
question.
man?
Answer my
Steven,
question.
Steven,
Do
Steven,
you
we're not going to
believe?
get past this. Steven, we are not going to
I
get
know
past
we're
this.
not going to get past this.
So can
You're
you
not
choose
answering
to
my
be
question.
Steven, can you choose to be attracted to a man? Pew pew to head. Can somebody force you to be
I am
attracted to a
not
man?
attracted to men. I am
Can you
attracted to
choose,
women.
Steven?
From the
Can
first
you
time I
choose
saw
to,
the boobies when I was in seventh grade.
Steven? Could you pew pew to head somebody force you to be attracted to a man?
They would have
Pew
to kill
pew to
me
head. Okay,
because I'm
so
not attracted
you
to
can't.
men.
So Steven, you cannot be attracted to men if somebody held a pew
Do
pew up to
you
head. So you can't
believe
choose.
in
Steven,
the
no,
Christ being?
Steven. You just told me you can't be attracted to a man if somebody forced you to do so. Therefore, it's not a choice. Okay, I muted you because we are not going to get past this part of the conversation.
Because you won't answer my question.
Steven, you are contradicting yourself. You just told me you can't be attracted to a man, but then you tell me it's a choice. Which one is it? You have to choose one.
Answer my question.
Steven, you have to choose one.
You're not answering my question. Therefore, we're not having a conversation.
Steven, the fact that you're
Are we
avoiding
having a
this is very
conversation
telling.
or not?
Steven, the fact that you're avoiding this is incredibly fucking telling. I know in your head you are understanding what I'm getting at. I know you're not that stupid. You are understanding what I am getting at, and you're refusing to answer it because you know if you do, it's going to go ahead and ruin your entire argument. That's why you want to change topics. That's what's happening right now. And I'm not going to let you change topics. You are going to tell me it's either if it's a choice or if you can choose to be attracted to men. It's one or the other. If you cannot be attracted to a man, then it's not a choice. Go ahead and unmute yourself. You guys, we are looking for opposition. Please hit the request button if you voted for Trump or you have an issue with the LGBT plus community. Go ahead and unmute yourself, man. We are not going to get past this part of the conversation. I know it's making you uncomfortable, but sorry. These can be uncomfortable conversations. I've invited you to unmute yourself. I have a feeling you're not going to because you know that we're not going to move past this conversation. Okay, great.
I didn't know I could unmute myself.
Okay, Steven, which one is it?
Steven, do you believe? I'm trying
Steven,
to. Are we going to have a conversation or not?
Steven, I don't care. We are not moving past this.
I'm gone.
Steven, okay, you're a weak man. That's what you are. You're weak. You're afraid to have a conversation. He couldn't fucking answer it. I know it was making you uncomfortable, dude, but go ahead and think about that on your own time. I want you to go ahead and think about that in your head and think about what conclusion you should come to. Oh, he was very hurt. In real life, he was contradicting himself. I can't be attracted to a man, Pupio held up to head, but it's a choice to be attracted to men. Okay. All right, Cold Red, I don't know what's happening with you, but yeah. All right, keep tapping and sharing, though. We are looking for ops. Anybody that voted for Trump and or has an issue with the LGBT plus community. Colt, I don't know what's happening, but go ahead and re-request if you meant to come on up. Thank you. I think that's Mitra. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Well, I mean, that's it. Either that guy was bi or possibly even gay, or you can't choose. Those are the only options. I felt the uncomfortableness happening within him. Like it was spewing out everywhere. Boy, this is crazy. I couldn't imagine going about my life with these sort of contradictions. I really couldn't. Like, how do you not ask yourself these questions? Like, how do you go about your life with the mindset that it's a choice to be attracted to this person, that person, but knowing within yourself that you can't be attracted to people just at will? He's an actor as theater. Yeah, somebody was mentioning that he was a theater actor or whatever. Maybe this guy was acting the entire time. Who knows? Yeah, Brandy. Yeah, it was one of those. Those were literally the only choices. He's bi/gay, something like that, or it's not a choice. And here's the thing. Even if it was a choice, who gives a fuck? Like, if you can choose at will to be attracted to a man or whatever, fucking who cares? Like, why on earth are you letting that bother you? The fact that it bothers you so much is incredibly telling. There's some sort of fear or discomfort you have within yourself that you're projecting when that bothers you. But again, Republicans are very, very, very good at pushing this propaganda upon you and pushing this fear upon you. They're incredibly good at it. Clearly. Like, wouldn't it be a nice society if we just stopped giving a fuck about these things and we just focused on actual important stuff? Wouldn't that be a nice society to live in? Like, if people just let others be who they are and we focused on actual important shit. Oh, sorry, Serena. I just saw your Venmo. I apologize that I just saw that. But thank you, Serena, for the 3 on Venmo. W. Serena in the comments says, I don't appreciate this guy shoving his religion down my throat by flaunting it all over his bio. Do we look like we care what religion he follows? Why does he need to announce it like that? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Serena. I appreciate you. It's just crazy, like, how these people are walking contradictions. You know, it's also funny when they ask me if I'm gay, right? Like, this goes towards their binary thinking. They ask me if I'm gay. I say no, because I'm not. And then they just assume automatically I'm straight. like, okay, you're not gay. Okay, then you're not part of the community. I don't think those are the only options, buddy. You gotta get out of your binary thinking here. Not everything is this or that. In fact, most things in life are not either just this or that. Somebody on YouTube asked, what the fuck are you then? It doesn't fucking matter. The fact that you guys give a shit about somebody's sexuality is weird. Like, it's really, really weird. I'm actually very, very happy that I grew up in a household that was more progressive. I grew up with a brother that was gay, although he didn't come out until like I was a freshman in high school. And that was actually really tough for me. That was actually very tough for me when he came out. I had a lot of issues with it at first. A lot. Like for a couple years probably. A lot of issues. So I went through that whole process, but I'm happy I did. Because I came to the point where like he's still he's not alive anymore, but he was still my brother. He was still like my best friend. There was nothing fucking different about him. It took me a little to get to that point. I had to go through some emotional stuff, whatever, but like, yeah, I think a lot of these people are just going through that process themselves probably, or haven't even entered that process. But I'm happy, once again, I did. I'm happy I'm on the other side where I don't care what your gender, what your sexuality, what your whatever is, because I just have better things to fucking worry and care about. Like, I already worry and care about enough shit. I don't need something that doesn't affect me to worry about. Oh, but people on the tube, you can come on in. I know you guys are also afraid to come on up. You guys like to sit in the comments and say all the things that you wish you could say in person, but you don't have the courage to do so, so you just say it in the comment section. I get it. We've all had low self-esteem at some point. We've all said stuff in comments that we wish we could say in person. That's what you're all doing right now. Well, I think overall I am, Brittany. I mean, I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, but I think in general I try to be a good person. Coming out, surely accepting who you are and asking others to do the same. Yeah, it can be absolutely a process for sure. 100% can be a process. But once again, if you're on the tube, call on in, dial that phone number that I just put in the comments. If you're in the tube or TikTok rather, just go ahead and hit the request button. Hey, you guys all saw the thing with, was it Jake Lang meeting with Unfuck America tour? I have a feeling I know what most of you guys' opinions are on that, but what do you guys think about that? Representation is absolutely important. Yeah, I like, and that's something else I certainly changed my mind on over time. Like I for sure at one point used to be like really open to talking to anybody and thought it was a good thing to do so, and I thought I was being good doing that, like talking to anybody, thinking that it was a beneficial thing. But at some point, if it's somebody with really harmful opinions in your platform and I'm giving them something to share that they otherwise wouldn't have been able to, yeah, I think that's absolutely harmful, like 100%. Like what's his face, Pete Hexas, pastor or whatever, forgot the guy's name. But so you guys saw that interview. He was talking about how years ago, like he wouldn't be able to talk about any of these things, and now he's able to talk to people and have interviews about it. Right? That's because people started to platform him. That's why, yes, I think it's dangerous to platform people with really, really awful opinions. It's a tough line to walk because I do think we should have open conversations for sure. But yeah, it's a tough line to walk, I think. But keep tapping and sharing, guys. Again, we're looking for ops. Hello, hello, hello. Off topic, but did you see the Alpha God Tate outfit while getting arrested? Yes, I did. I think we all saw Tate's outfit while getting arrested. His little skinny jeans that he had, this purple button up shirt. Very, very manly. Very manly. Okay, thank you for modding in the tube. Again, I need like another mod or two for the tube. If somebody can help out with that, please. Why do far lefties deny basic biology and science? Yeah, well, Egg, why don't you come on up? We can have that conversation. Again, I think you're going to be too afraid to come on up, though. If it's basic, you should be able to come on up and defeat my argument right away. You should be able to do that if it's so basic. But again, you're not going to. You're too much of a wussy. They get cut off? Okay. Okay. Sounds like an excuse to not have the conversation. It's weird. Every time we have this conversation when somebody does come on up, they actually can't even tell us what a woman or a man is. They get lost within the conversation. They get cornered incredibly easily, and then they either just drop out from the live or crash out. Z just criticized up to it. Yeah, I saw that, Mitria. She was trying to do it sarcastically, I think, in the sense that, like, saying, hey, it was okay for me to have this person on the platform because he did that. But he didn't voluntarily do it. The guy just sort of crashed his thing that he was doing. It's not like he invited him there. He got kicked out, I'm pretty sure. 100% different. Like, come on. Yeah, I don't know, but like at some point, if somebody is popular enough and well known enough, I think it's probably worth having a conversation with them. Because the issue with platforming people who are not well known enough is that you're giving them a platform for people to know them more and to spew those opinions more. But if somebody is so popular that they're known anyways, I think in that case it could be worth having a conversation and making them look stupid. Again, it's a hard line to sort of follow, I guess. But yeah, he did crash his event. Like, say, like Tucker Carlson, for example. Like, he's incredibly popular. Everybody knows who he is, right? Like, let's say he were to come on in this live stream. It's not like I'm giving him a platform that people otherwise wouldn't have heard from him about. And I think in that case, it probably could be worth having a conversation with him about things that I think he's incredibly wrong on. Well, that's what he does, Nature. That's all he ever does. All right, I'm putting the phone number once again in the comments of the tube. Please call on in. We are looking for anybody that's opposition. If you voted for Trump and or you have an issue with the LGBT plus community. Still waiting on the appeal thing from Heather account. We'll see. Sometimes it takes long this time. I agree, Caitlin. I don't think I ever went out of my way to learn anything about him. Yeah, I like Abdul a lot. I don't know why I only recently kind of became aware of him. It was probably like a month or two ago or something like that. But yeah, no, I do like him a lot for sure. I'm really happy that people like him are becoming more known. And there's a reason why I think people are gravitating towards people like him and Mamdani and people like that. Because again, they're talking about the issues people care about. They're incredibly genuine with what they're saying. And I think that's how politics should be. I think people are hungry for shit like that. And at one point, people were hungry for a different form of politics, and that's why Trump came out in the first place. I think people liked seeing what Trump did because it was different than the norm that we always had with politics. And unfortunately, he became president, right? But I think at this point, 10 years later of Trump and this sort of shitty politics being relevant, I think people want a different kind of politics. They want someone who's genuine. Thank you, Lainey. They want someone who's genuine. They want someone who's talking about the issues people care about. They want somebody who's like, all those things. And I guess, we're seeing those things with Mamdani and Abdul and all those people. And I think that's absolutely going to become more popular, people like that. I think that's going to just become more prevalent. AZ Mike, thank you. Appreciate you. You follow shitbags and blame Republicans for following Trump. Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody that I follow that's a shitbag, but you're welcome to come up and have that conversation. We get the demo KKK crats. Love when we get that comment. Yeah, I'm on the backup for now. I want to use this account more often anyways. It's something I do want to build up, but I'm just waiting on a notification from my main account. I still could use the main account, but it doesn't let me bring guests up. I'm just appealing it, so we'll see if they get back to me. Unfortunately, at rare times, they don't ever get back to me about the appeal, which is really shitty, but we'll see. Yeah, again, so somebody said Biden was so bad it allowed him to get reelected. No, I think in the future we're going to look back and see Biden not nearly as people view him now. I think it's going to be completely different. We recovered better than pretty much any other developed country when it came to COVID. Right? Anybody who would have been president at that time would have dealt with the backlash and the harmful effects of COVID. Any single president. Right? To act like if Trump was reelected in 2020, that we wouldn't have had high inflation, high gas prices, is just fucking delusional. Every single president would have dealt with that. And we recovered better than any other developed country. Our inflation did not reach double digits as many countries in Europe did. We got back by the end of his presidency to normal inflation, normal gas prices, of which is all higher right now, by the way. Gas prices are higher right now than when Biden left office, and so is inflation. We do have a phone call, though.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, how you doing? I'm good. I appreciate you calling on in. I just didn't know your age first. How old are you?
I'm sorry, you're kind of cutting out a bit.
I just need to know your age. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, sounds good. And what prompted you to call on in?
I hear you talking about communists, and you said they're hungry for change. Communists are very hungry indeed.
I didn't mention the word communism at all. I didn't say that word.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I didn't.
You did. Right when I was writing down the number, you were talking about how communists were looking for political change that everyone else is looking for. Is like Mamdani, he's like an open socialist. Communism is socialism.
I didn't say any of those words. You're projecting upon me.
Again, I know people who are like elemental people. They don't really look at their history. They more look at their feelings.
Yeah, well, that's what you're doing. Because I never mentioned the word communism or socialism when I talked about both of those.
You said Mamdani.
I said Mamdani.
Mamdani is a socialist mayor.
He's not a socialist.
He's a socialist mayor.
He's not a socialist.
An open communist.
He's not a socialist. So tell me what socialism is. Tell me what socialism is.
Do you not know what socialism is?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you what socialism is.
I mean, how old are you?
What is socialism?
You know what socialism
The
is.
more
Tell me
you
what
refuse,
socialism is.
hey, the more you refuse to answer this, the worse it looks for you. What is socialism?
Listen, I know what socialism is.
So tell
Look
us.
At the USSR.
So tell us.
Look at North Korea.
So what is it?
Look at the USSR.
What is it?
It's a government construct.
A government. Okay.
Takes away the will of the people and puts it more into private entities than the people. No one wants communism.
That's actually incorrect. Hold on. You were wrong. You were wrong on socialism. You were wrong on socialism. That was incredibly wrong, actually.
The government construct. The government construct.
Government construct is not the definition of socialism. Okay. All right. Let's dive into that. What is it? What do you mean by government construct?
How is it not a government construct? Explain to me how it's not a government construct.
What do you mean by a government construct? What does that mean?
How people lay out workings of the government.
Where what?
The workings of the government.
The workings of the government.
Processes,
what does that mean?
All the government processes, all the power in government entities.
No.
You know, I'm not a expert on
I
socialism.
know. I know you're not.
To say that.
I know you're not.
I'm more of an expert on, being an American.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a weird thing to say.
People who are like, we want change, we want difference, we want change, we want difference.
So you don't know what socialism is. But here's the issue, though.
I do know what socialism
you don't, because what you explained wasn't even remotely clear. Because stop talking. Hey, slow down. If you keep over talking, I'm going to end the call. Act like an adult and have a conversation.
Yeah, over-talk and ended the call. Over-talk and ended the call. Yeah, do it.
Have a conversation like an adult.
Because you guys have no answer. You guys literally have no answer. Literally.
Have a conversation like an adult.
Kind of just say the same thing. Say, so what does that actually mean? What does that actually mean? Like.
Okay. Are you willing to have an adult conversation, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us what the definition of socialism is, once again, because you were wrong about that. And if you don't know, just say you don't know.
I don't.
Okay. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate. All right, he's muted. If you're talking, nobody can hear you. All right, so he just said he doesn't know what socialism is. Yet he calls Mandani a socialist. So he's calling somebody something that he doesn't know what it means. This is what all of you guys do. You guys are just getting fed information. You think socialism, communism, etc. just all mean the same thing. You just think it's bad terms. You just think it's something that you disagree with. If you're talking, nobody can hear you, by the way. Not a single person can hear you if you're talking. Okay. So he can't explain what it is. All right. Mandani is not a socialist. Like, at all. Not even remotely a socialist. I wish he was. But he's not. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Have a back and forth conversation. Stop over talking because you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So, tell us what of Mandani's policies is socialist. Are you there?
Hold on. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I had to pull up the Google.
Okay.
And get the definition of socialism.
I appreciate you doing that. And what does it say? I'm going to pull it up along with you just to make sure you're reading it.
Economic and political philosophy. It's an economic and political philosophy. So a government construct.
Nope.
Again, that's another term for a government construct.
Keep reading. Advocating that the community or the state rather than the... Hey.
About fucking socialism right now.
Okay, read it word for word and stop. Hey, read it word for word without putting your... Read the definition right now.
I'm not going to read the definition of socialism. That's something...
Okay. All right, he's muted. I'm going to go ahead and read it. Socialism is an economic and political... You're muted. Nobody can hear you. Economic and political philosophy advocating that the community or the state, rather than private individuals, should own and control the means of production. Its primary goal to replace the profit-driven nature of capitalism with a system that distributes wealth and resources equally to meet human needs. Okay? So what you said was not it. You were wrong. And I'm going to ask you the question again. What of Mandani's... A government construct doesn't mean anything. That's just gibberish.
Can I have my counter-argument?
No. What of Mamdani's policies is
I
socialist?
can't have my counter argument.
What of
Can't have my
Mamdani's?
counter argument.
What is your counter argument?
He openly says he's a socialist. He openly says he's a fucking socialist.
No. Tell me a quote. Give me a quote where he says that.
He has openly said
Give
it.
me
He
a
has
quote
supported
where he
socialists.
says that.
I'm not his own man, Donnie fucking meat rider, dude.
Okay, so you're making stuff up. If you can't give me a quote,
I'm not making shit up.
then give me the quote.
Explain the deficit.
Give
Explain
me
the deficit.
give me the
Give me-
quote.
how about explain me the deficit?
Give
How about
me
explain
the
deficit?
quote of Mamdani saying he's a socialist. You're getting muted. You're getting muted. Nobody can hear you. You're getting muted. Not a single person can hear you. He's talking to himself right now, guys. It's not technically muted. It's just at such a low volume nobody can hear him. He's talking to himself. He can't give me a policy of Mamdani's that's socialist because you're just a stupid person that doesn't know anything, and you're unwilling to admit that within this conversation. Give me a policy as of his that is socialist.
Okay, so he's trying to control transportation. That's socialist.
He's trying to control what?
He's going to take all of the resources from city and try to separate it to every citizen and make sure every citizen fucking feels it. Isn't that socialism?
So what is the policy?
I'm not in New York City, so I don't really look at all the policies.
Okay, so you can't give me a policy of his that's socialist.
I'm not here to talk about Mamdani. Let's talk
Yes,
about
we
the
are.
people
Yes,
out
we
there.
are. You brought him up. You brought him up. If you can't give me a policy that's socialist, I need
Yeah,
you to.
you said you wish he was socialist. So
I never said the word.
I'm gonna
I
look at
never
history
said
and
it.
look what
I
socialism-
never said
You
it.
look at history and see
You're
what-
getting muted again. You're getting muted. Nobody can hear you. You are talking like a fucking kid. You cannot have an adult conversation. Nobody can hear you. Nope. All right, goodbye. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe adults like this exist. Like, how do you go about your life not being able to have a regular conversation? James, how you doing?
Doing all right.
I just need to know your age. How old are you?
53.
Alrighty, what's on your mind?
The rent freeze and the free so-called public transit that he's trying to push. Those are socialist policies
Okay, how does that meet the definition of socialism?
because it's taking money from the collective and or distributing wealth, essentially, because you're taking money from taxes and putting it into, somebody's got to pay for it. The money doesn't magically appear on trees.
Okay, cool. So that's not socialism. You're
Yes,
giving
it
social.
is. This is a very good
James,
definition.
you're giving
Just
social.
like you can't figure out if you're a man or a woman, you fucking cuck bitch, you fucking soy boy, little fucking cuck whore.
What an angry fucking man. You guys are just proving my fucking point when you crash out for no goddamn reason. Your taxes pay for things anyways. Your taxes already pay for things. If this is the same guy calling, I'm going to hang up on him. Hello. Hi. I just need to know your age. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, you're the same person, correct?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, goodbye. Learn how to have an adult conversation. Learn to be okay when you're wrong. Learn to admit when you don't know something. It's actually a good thing to be able to admit that. Okay? You don't have to know every single thing. Not everybody knows every single thing. It's okay. Just when you don't know something, just say, hey, I don't know. Yeah, Phoebe, he did. He's calling back. You're not going to get an answer from me. I'm not going to answer you. Guys, once again, why don't you just learn some of these things? I understand Republicans throw those words out. All right, he's getting blocked. You're blocked. You can't call back. I understand that Trump and Mike Johnson, all those people throw out those words, just buzzwords. I know you don't know what they mean. Why don't you at least learn what these words mean so you can at least sound somewhat educated? I mean, yeah. Again, anytime you guys come out and crash out, it just like proves everything we already know about you. Like, that's crazy to crash out within 30 seconds like that. It's absolutely fucking crazy. Okay, guys. Democrat socialist is not the same as socialism. This is, again, part of the reason why you guys don't know what words mean. And just because he calls himself that, that doesn't even mean he is. I don't know why he calls himself a Democrat socialist. He's not. He's a social democrat. His policies are of a social democrat. He's not a Democrat socialist. I wish he was, but he's not. But yes, I think he falsely calls himself that, or incorrectly calls himself that. I'm sure they do, miseducated, or Mr. Educated, or whatever the fuck your name's. Come on up. Socialism is a type of mind control. Okay. Their entire worldview depends on what Trump tells them to think. That's their entire fucking worldview. These people will not know what to think when Trump goes away. Like, they will not know what to think. They won't have anybody to look up to be able to get their opinions. He has socialist ideas. I mean, some of his ideas like could fit within socialism, but his ideas in general are not socialist. Again, he would be a social democrat. Well, that's fine, miseducated. Anytime you give the government power to control production, you're no longer productive. Okay. So let's get rid of the military. Let's get rid of anything that the government has. It's weird. Sounds like you want the military to be gone. Medicare, Medicaid, which we already know you guys don't want. That's another thing Trump has gone back on. Fixing the budget. He's actually on track to raise the budget. He might get it close to 50 trillion, the debt, by the end of his presidency. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to that, but it's going to get close to it regardless. Last year alone, he already raised it 2 trillion, which is absolutely insane. It's basic math. When you lower taxes on the people that would be providing the most revenue, and then you continue to spend the same amount or more, well, that's going to lead to a higher deficit. Like, it's basic fucking math. But when Republicans are in power, they never talk about the debt. They never talk about it. Yeah, Reed, immigrants, undocumented immigrants are not getting free Social Security or Medicare. Again, you guys are just getting fed misinformation, and you don't bother to look up if it's true. Because it takes effort to do that. And you guys don't want to put in effort, you just want to be fed information. Yeah, if somebody disagrees, I want somebody who is a Trump supporter. That's the point of the live. I want somebody who's a Trump supporter and or has an issue with the LGBT plus community. So no, if somebody disagrees, that doesn't automatically make them a Trump supporter. I don't know why you're being so willfully ignorant about the topic. There are people who can disagree with the LGBT plus community that did not vote for Trump. So that's why I say, if you have an issue with the LGBT plus community, whether you did or did not vote for Trump, I want you to come on up. I also want people to come up who did vote for Trump who think they don't have an issue with the LGBT plus community. That's it. That's all. All right. I need to text a client of mine just to make sure we're still good to go. All right, guys, keep tapping share. Make sure you send in the heart me if you haven't done so, okay? Okay. Cool. No, yeah, for sure. A lot of them are MAGA. Yeah, like if you were to get all of the people that have an issue with the LGBT plus community, I would venture to guess like 80-90% of them voted for Trump. But yeah, there probably is a population that didn't. I bet you this is the same guy, even though I blocked him. I bet you it's the same guy from a different number. Hello? How old are you?
The elemental people.
How old are you?
23.
Okay. What is your issue with the LGBT plus community?
LGBT people are fine. The T plus are the issue.
Okay, so everything T and beyond you have an issue with?
Yeah.
Okay, why do you have an issue with A?
A lot of people after teen groom children.
Okay, why do you have an issue with A?
Not where I'm going. I'm not having
No,
a
but
conversation about the
I am. Hold on. You told slow down. You told me everything after. Hey, you told me everything after the T you don't like. So I'm asking you, what do you have an issue with A?
No, I said everything after T.
Right. So
Everything after
A is after T. Please tell me the issue you have with A. And if you don't know what A is, just tell me you don't know what A is because it's obvious you don't know.
asexual.
Great. Why do you have an issue with asexual people? Why do you have an issue with asexual people?
They're just retards for a celibate.
Goodbye. Guys, you cannot slur on a live stream. Why do you care so much about somebody's sexuality? You guys are weird. You guys are fucking weird. Who gives a shit about your sexuality? Move on with your life. You are so insecure with your own sexuality, you have to project it upon other people. And guys, you cannot slur on a live stream, all right? These are the rules of TikTok. I stream on TikTok mainly. If you're on the tube, that's where I'm mainly streaming is TikTok. I have to end live, or I have to end the call. Okay? I'll be honest, if it was in person, I wouldn't end the conversation. I would just move on from that and continue to have it. But it's TikTok. I have to abide by the rules. Yeah, Rachel, like, it's because they are obsessed with reproduction. They are obsessed with reproduction. They want everybody to be able to have kids. That's what they're obsessed with. So if you're asexual, they're mad that you don't want to be able to reproduce. It bothers them. The blue pill doesn't work on that guy. I'm pretty sure that was the same guy as before. He sounded like him, and also he argued exactly like him, where he didn't want to answer basic questions. I'm almost positive it was that same one. Concentrate and don't have kids on purpose. Yeah, like, I don't plan on having kids. Like, maybe I would, maybe. Like, but I would have to be in a very good position. Like, I would have to be married, be in a happy marriage, financially be able to have kids and all that. Other than that, I don't want to have kids. I'm not in a position where I can be able to provide the best life for them. And I think it would be doing them more harm than not if I were just have kids because society told me to do so. Under the right conditions, it would be nice, sure. But it's not a must in life. I just think having kids outside of certain conditions is just going to be more harmful for them. And I don't want to be able to voluntarily put somebody into life by giving them a life that I think would just be more harmful than not for them. Just for the selfish benefit of just me saying I have kids. I do think it's very selfish at times when people do it. Not all the time. But I think when people have kids just for the sake of having it, under conditions that would probably not be beneficial for them, yeah, I think that's selfish. Yeah, especially right now. I wouldn't want to bring a kid into this life. Calls people a cult when you probably have bright blue hair and a nose piercing. Apparently, I have bright blue hair and a nose piercing, guys. Apparently. Not parents doing differently. Say with every side. Let's do this, I guess. Yeah. I did see a lot of bright blue hair, though, when I was in Seattle. I will say that. When I was in Seattle recently, I did see a lot of that. As you would probably expect. There was a lot of, like, cliche liberals. Yeah, but, like, what does hair piercing have to do with the cult? It's just, again, they just care way too much what people do with their lives. They care so much about people's sexuality. They care so much about what they do to their own body. It's a very odd obsession. 24. I can. Let me get back to. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking out loud as it does. Let me get back to you. Okay. We care more about castrating 13-year-olds. No, you don't. On one hand, you guys say that kids can't make any medical decisions, and that's the reason why they shouldn't get any form of gender affirming care. But when it comes to other medical decisions, they can, which shows that it's not about kids making decisions or not. You just don't agree with medical care of it. That's all it is. You can't say on one hand that they can't make the decision when it comes to hormones or things like that. But when it comes to, say, like chemo or back surgery, they can make that decision. And your response is going to be, well, those things work. And so does gender affirming care. But you guys just, again, want to willfully deny it. Wouldn't it be a better life for you guys if you just stopped giving a fuck? Like, don't you think it would be better if you went about your life and this wasn't living in your head rent-free all fucking day? Like, that would be nice, right? Maybe you guys should work towards that point. Still waiting on my other account. Oh, hi guys, I can go back to my other account. Got approved. Got approved a half hour ago. I don't know why I checked this all. All right, so I can go back to my main account. I guess we'll switch on over. Give me a follow here if you don't already. If you don't follow me on my main, it's the same name as I have here. Like if you look at my handle, it's Dougielifts too. It's just Dougielifts. That's all it is. But I'm going to use this as a guest account on it. So if you don't follow me on the other one, you should be able to find me here. But anyways, I'm going to switch over. I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right. People on YouTube, just hold tight. I don't even know if you can still hear me on YouTube, but hold tight regardless. All right, here we go. Only atheists read about. Oh, you want me to post a number? Here. There it is. That's the number to call on then from YouTube. I will start putting it in the background. I probably should just do that right now, actually. Here, let me see if I can do that. That'd be easier. Let's see. How do I do that? Let's see. Text. All right. Okay. All right, guys, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. Keep tapping and sharing. Where is it? Oh, come on. I hate when it does this shit. Is it showing? Let's see. All right, everyone, keep tapping and sharing. We are looking for opposition, please. All right, people on the tube, can you see that on top? Is that big enough? Like, are you able to see the number? I mean, I see it, but the text is sort of small. All right, everyone, keep tapping and sharing. Make sure you send in the heart me, okay? You can see it? Okay, cool. All right, keep tapping and sharing. All right, we're getting a call from the tube. Let's go ahead and answer it.
Call from
Hi, how you doing?
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oops, sorry. Oh, they ended the call. Why would you do that? All right, guys. Again, keep tapping and sharing, please, please, please. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hey, I'm about to leave a message in the mod chat on TikTok. All right. Probably slurred and dropped when you said hello. Maybe. Well, I didn't even hear it. All right, we're getting another call. Probably that same person, but we'll see. Hello, how you doing? Hi, are you there?
I'm doing all right. I promise to tone down my language if we can actually have a conversation.
Okay, are you the same person as before? Okay. All right, we'll talk about the LGBT plus community, but it's not about toning down your language. I just want to have a back and forth conversation. That's it. And again, if you don't know something, just say you don't know. It's okay. Okay. So what is your issue with the LGBT plus community?
How they groom children.
Okay. What do you mean by groom?
They put these thoughts in their heads that are totally false and based off of no facts, only kind of feelings.
Okay. So what would be an example?
Like, I'm born in the wrong body.
Okay.
All that is based off of insecurities. They mainly see people's insecurities.
Okay.
All the negative looks on themselves, kind of like.
Where's that being taught?
Make those the big.
Where is that being taught that they're saying that they're in the wrong bodies? Like what school? Can you give me an example?
I'm sorry, that was very interference-y. Maybe it was wrong now.
Can you give me an example of where they're telling kids that they're born in the wrong body? Like what school, what teacher?
The trans people.
No, but like what school is this happening in? Like you got to give me a specific example.
An example, like how the kids are being told, like, not just in schools. There's the books in schools that are very sexualized that kids should not be reading.
Okay. Okay. What would be that book?
There's also the people on the internet. It's mainly the people on the internet that try to spread this delusion.
What book? What book?
It's trans ideology.
But what book is?
I don't know specific books.
What book is being?
Books.
Give me an example of a book that's in school that's inappropriate. Because if there's an inappropriate book, I would be on your side and agree that hey, kids shouldn't be reading this. So give me that example so I can agree with you.
Court hearings about this. You can look up the court hearings. I'm not really too certain.
What's the book?
What the book's names are.
Okay, but then it's hard to have a conversation
if
you can't give me examples. It's difficult to have a conversation. Because I can't just take your word for it.
I'm saying you can look up that there is a court case about someone contesting the books in their children's libraries in school.
What is the name of the book?
The name of the book. Okay, you don't even have to find.
Yeah,
I have to
just find
use my computer when everyone else can really use their own as well.
But this is part of a debate. You got to be able to give examples, just as I would if I told you something and I didn't give you an example.
You don't really give examples. You kind of just cut off and hang up. You don't give examples.
I'm not going to hang up. I just wanted you to give me an example.
No, that's what you do. That's what all these people do. You guys kind of just,
Okay, cool. Then
here's the thing.
Just give an example. You're doing what you were doing before. You're doing what you're doing before. I'm going to hang up on you. I'm going to hang up on you if you continue doing this. Goodbye. Same fucking guy. I gave him another chance, and he just couldn't behave like an adult. He just couldn't do it. All right, guys, we are looking for opposition. Hey, how you doing? What's up?
Hi, find yourself?
Hey, I'm doing good. How old are you?
Yeah. I'm 25.
Okay, what year were you born?
2000.
Okay, cool. All right, so what's going on? Do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community?
Well, I guess what I wanted to start with, the question is kind of a leading question because we don't hate that community.
Okay. So you voted for Trump, right? I assume.
Well, you could say that, yeah. I didn't
I mean,
technically vote for him, but I support him.
Okay, so you didn't vote in the election?
I did. I wrote in the name Aaron Yeager, if you know, you know, but I support Trump.
So you support him, but you didn't vote for him. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. So
I didn't really
as far
vote
as
for
that,
anybody who was actually running.
okay, all right, that's an entirely different topic, but we can get to that later, probably. But okay, so as far as the LGBT plus community, what issues, questions, concerns do you have associated with them?
Well, me personally, I don't like how they push their agenda and their views on everybody. How we have to accept them. If not, we're the bigots or we're the bad people. But I don't hate them.
Okay, what agenda are they
I don't think
pushing upon
anybody that
people?
I know, an agenda of acceptance of what they believe is right and true.
Okay, like what?
I can put it specifically to a trans perspective, to a marriage between men and between women perspective. Do you want like a specific, or do you want just a
Yeah, no, I want
general?
something. Yeah, I want something specific that they're pushing upon people.
Okay. Yeah, the fact that men can become women and that women can become men. Scientifically, that's not true.
Okay, so where are they saying that men can become women? Because I've never heard that before.
Well, they say that trans men are men and that trans women are women. When a trans man is actually a woman, vice versa.
Okay, so that's a conversation we can have, but that is very different than saying men can become women and women become men, right? Because trans men have always been men or boys at a younger age, and trans women have always been women and girls at a young age. You're not switching or anything like that. Now, having said that, I know you disagree. What disqualifies a trans man from being a man?
Well, a trans man is born an adult female. You don't just become. I'm sorry, not an adult.
Not adult.
But they're born a female. You don't become a male if you are born female.
They're not becoming
born
a male.
if you're physically born female.
I agree. So trans men are not saying that they're males. They're saying that they're men, which are different. Just as trans women are not saying that they're
Do you know
males.
what a
They're saying
man
that.
is?
I do know what a man is, and that's why we're having this conversation. So I'm asking you, what disqualifies a trans man from being a man?
Before you say that trans men aren't saying that they're males, they're saying that they're men. Can you give me the definition of a man?
We can get to that. That's fine. I'm happy to give you that. That's fine. But you're now switching it upon me because you're not
give it to me
answering the
now
question.
so we can have a basis.
But you're the one who's saying that they're not a man. We can have it. That's fine. I can give you the definition.
Because I know what a man is.
So tell me what disqualifies a trans man from being a man that all other men have. What's that trait that they don't have?
I just told you. A man
that they're born as a female?
Is a male.
Okay.
You told me that they're not claiming to be males, they're claiming to be men, but those are intertwined. A male is an adult human.
Okay.
A man is an adult human male.
I got you. So you're telling me the requirement to being a man is you have to be a male. So no females can be a man. Okay. So now tell me what a female is. What makes a female a female?
An adult human female. A female is the ability to produce ova.
Okay.
And if you're going to bring up the conversation of some women can't produce or some women can't get pregnant, those are the exceptions, not the rules.
Exactly.
They're supposed to be able to produce.
It's not that something went wrong, but then you can't tell me that's the requirement then. Just as I can't say the requirement to be a human is having 2 legs, when some humans may have like 1 leg. That wouldn't be the requirement.
Yes, the requirement for being bipedal is to have 2 legs, and all humans are bipedal, but some humans are born with 1 leg.
That's a different
exceptions
topic.
Make the rule.
Okay. I agree. But then you can't tell me that they have to have that to be that thing. Hi, bitch.
So if someone is born with 1 leg, but they're supposed to be bipedal human beings, are they not bipedal human beings anymore? Are they not humans?
No, because we can say that it's typical that people are 2 legs and atypical. Right.
Because by
It doesn't mean you're not
definition,
human.
by
actually
definition,
proving
a
that
human
point.
being has 2 legs. So just because someone is born without a leg, that means either something went wrong in the developmental stage, they got it
No, we can
amputated, they
say
used to have 2 legs, or they
typically. Yeah, shut up. So we can say typically people are born with 2 legs. Typically, yes, we can agree. But that's
did
not
you
what
just tell me
makes
to
you
shut
a
up?
human.
I didn't interrupt you. You have
Yes, I'm not. Hi. Yeah, I did. Because you keep repeating yourself and you're not listening.
I
If you
have
do
to
some
repeat
active
myself
listening, I won't have to tell
because
you, hi. Hi, you're doing it now. Shut up.
yeah, you're not going to be
So,
disrespectful to me.
having to, yes, I will.
You're trying to run.
Yeah,
You're
run.
trying to run. Jesus Christ. Come on back.
You're running because you're trying, and I can go on mute, but what you're trying to do is control things, and you're not active listening. If you can engage in active listen, that's fine. But I think you're used to just telling little dogs what to do, and we're not your fucking dogs.
Yeah. So it seems like you're trying to run. I know you can still hear us, by the way, so this is probably really annoying for you. Come on back. The reason why you're trying to run is because you're not going to be able to handle this conversation. That's all it is. You're not going to be able to handle it because you're trying to be able to run away from that point that you're not going to be able to debate. I am getting a phone call on the tube, though. I bet you it's that same fucking guy. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
How old are you?
I'm over the age of 20.
Okay. What's on your mind? Are you the same guy as before?
No, I'm not.
Okay. You know I'm going to find out very quickly if you are because you're unable to have an adult conversation. So if you are that person, I'm going to find out very quickly. All right? So
I'm curious where you want to take this conversation to.
okay. Well, you called that in. What's the issue you have with the LGBT plus community?
I wouldn't say it's an issue or a hate or anything like that. I think it's a discrepancy between the ideologies and consensus of science and biology within itself.
Okay. Okay. So what's this discrepancy you're talking about?
I think this discrepancy has a lot to do with the fact that there are factors that make up a difference between a woman and a man. Now, in your earlier arguments, what I was seeing, right, you were like, okay, well, they're not saying that they're women, but yet they're still using the women's restrooms.
No. They're not saying that they're females or males. They're acknowledging what their sex is, right? The gender is different.
Okay, but still, nonetheless, they can still use women's restrooms, right?
Yes, because I believe trans women are women and trans girls are girls. Yes, so I believe they could and should if they want, of course.
Okay, but doesn't that then imply that they are a woman in their social standing?
Yeah. That's why I believe trans women are women. But again, if you're talking about sex is different, right? Like they would acknowledge that their sex isn't female.
But biology says otherwise, right? So they don't have the biological function to produce the eggs to give birth, or they don't have periods. They don't have natural bodily functions that a woman would have.
So,
and I think distinguishing them the two is just a terminology thing to get away from.
Paige, it is going to be difficult for him to hear you, though. I'm going to try my best because he's coming through here, so it may be difficult. But Paige, you can talk 1 second. So, are you telling me you have to have a period, for example, to be a woman? Is that? I just want to know what the requirement is.
I think that the biological, natural ecology of a woman's body is very different comparative to a man from a scientific standpoint. That you could argue that is the case, yes.
Okay, so they have to have a period. So obviously, as you know, there are many women who don't have one, and I would assume you still refer to them as a woman, right?
Okay, and that's why I was referencing the biological function of their bodies, right? Because even women that don't have a period still have this biology within the scientific study of their groupings that you can actually find that they're still producing certain hormones or whatever it may be.
Okay, so what is that thing? So what is that? What you're saying sounds like a whole word salad. What specifically in their biology, quote unquote, within quote unquote science, do they have that's uniquely different?
So I don't know if you've looked into like the science of it, right? A lot of women's biology is really difficult. So the medical industry has a really hard time solving a lot of women's.
You're not answering the question. You're running away from the question. I just want to know.
I'm getting there.
Okay, so get to it.
So there are a lot of problems with the biological functions of solving, like giving medication to women because of these factors, right? And if a man were to turn into or call themselves a woman, right, by taking hormonal treatment, they can still be affected classically as a man could in jurisdiction of medication.
You're not answering the question.
To take care of a man because of the biological function.
You're not answering the question. You're just giving, again, a huge word salad. What within their biology, quote unquote, requires them to be a man or a woman?
Okay, my question to you is...
No, answer the question.
Allows them to be a man.
You're not answering the question. What within their biology requires them to be a man or a woman?
Well, I had already expressed the differences within the biology itself. Do you need a little bit more?
Which is what? So which is what?
I guess get a conclusion on that?
Which is what? What specifically?
Well, when it comes to medical treatment of women, it's very different comparative to man because of the
God.
biosphere that they have within their body.
Which is what? What are you talking about specifically?
The biosphere, the literal biosphere of treatment of men and women. This is the separation of how you go about.
So what is that difference? Answer the fucking question.
Their biosphere. That's what I'm explaining to you.
What is biosphere? What the fuck is biosphere?
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll bring it up for you.
This is wild. Guys, keep tapping and sharing. Just trying to get the like sign up. So we're only at 2.4 thousand on TikTok. Once we get to 15, we can get to a new guest, okay? And sorry, Paige, it's just difficult for him to hear and hear. That's why I'd prefer to get the guest on TikTok. Sorry, Paige. But if you really want to speak,
okay.
I can try to make it happen. I would have to hold it up to this.
Yeah, actually, he's just kind of proving our point because he's talking about things that females, and I'm being very specific with my wording. He's naming things that females also experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, trans women can't give birth. There are females who cannot give birth. There are females who have to take hormones, especially if you're perimenopausal or menopausal. Hi, be quiet.
Just go ahead and get the thing that you're talking about, okay?
Okay, so from what I'm reading online, the biological and psychological differences between women and men significantly complicate medical treatment, primarily because the modern medicine has historically used the male body as the default standard. Women experience adverse drug reactions at twice the rate of men because of dosages and safety profiles that are often derived from clinical trials that exclude them from failed.
You're not answering the question.
Exclude them or failed to analyze results.
You're not answering the question. You're not answering the question. I don't know what the fuck you're reading. Tell me what within their biology distinguishes a man from a woman.
But you acknowledge it, right? So if you
acknowledge what? Give me the answer. You're frustrating, man.
You're trying to twist the agenda towards your route without having to answer questions yourself. So
You're refusing to answer the difference. Stop. No, because you're trying to pivot away. Stop. You're trying to pivot away because you know you can't answer the question. What specifically is different between men and women that distinguishes them? That doesn't allow a trans woman to be a woman or a trans man to be a man.
And I'd like you to answer the question.
So answer it. What is different? You have not answered it.
Please answer your own question, though.
You have yet to answer it. This is not looking good for you because you're refusing to answer the question.
No, but I'm asking you because
you're not going to put it upon me. You're not going to put it upon me. You're going to answer the question. If you don't know, say you don't know.
Because you're trying to reframe it like other people are the bad guys, when in reality you're not really willing to face the reality of the question.
So answer the fucking question. Stop it. Tell me the difference. You're the one. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. You're going to get ahead and muted. I don't know why you guys do this. You told me specifically that there's biological difference. Nobody can hear you right now. If you're talking, nobody can hear you. I put you on mute. Nobody can hear you. You're telling us that there's biological difference between them, but you're not telling us what that difference is. You're refusing to answer it. You're skirting around it because you don't have the answer to it. Now you're trying to put it upon me. Guys, we're at 15,000 likes, new guest on TikTok.
I already explained that the biosphere is the difference between them.
What do you mean by biosphere? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, okay, so 30% of your body is bacteria. I don't know if you know this, right? In that being the case, right, that bacteria reacts differently to different medications and topological.
So what is the difference? What is the difference?
The difference is that a man's body will react differently to medication comparative to a woman.
So what is the difference? If you don't answer it, I'm ending the call. What is the biological difference? If you're not answering it, I'm ending the call.
The biological difference.
Get the fuck out of here. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys are insufferable and fucking stupid. Keep tapping and sharing, guys. We are looking for opposition. Guys, let's try to get the like sign up, okay? We can get to new guests at 20,000 likes. Carmilla? How you doing? Hello. Goodbye. All right. Looking for opposition, guys. I think we spoke to this guest before. Q-Ball. I recognize the name. Hello, Q-Ball. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? You're arguing that there's no difference between men and women?
I just need to know your age first, and then we can have the conversation. What's the difference? Or what's your age?
50.
All right. So, no, I'm not saying there's not a difference, but you guys are claiming that trans women are not women, trans men are not men. So I'm asking you, why not?
A man can create sperm. A man has a prostate.
Okay. Do they have to have both
prostate?
of them?
You also said that women...
Q-Ball. So do they have to have both of those or one of those to be a man?
If you have a prostate, a woman cannot have a prostate.
Okay, so they have...
Women do.
Women have prostates now?
So
how many women died of prostate cancer last year?
Hold on. Are you telling us that's the requirement to being a man, that they have to have a prostate?
You're asking for differences. Well, there you go. A woman cannot have a prostate.
Women do.
They do not have prostates. You're insane. And then you also said about periods?
Hey.
No.
Shut up.
We'll get to that one thing at a time.
So, as 10b says, there's I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's skinny glands. They're exactly very similar, but no. Do we get prostate cancer? No. Can women, or say females, because you're confusing the two, because we're actually talking biological, so we're talking sex. Yes, they can. You're muted.
Just go ahead and unmute yourself, and then we can talk about that.
Just so you understand, if you're going to be talking about physical things like a prostate, then we are talking sex, not gender.
And also, just to answer to that, if they get their prostate removed, right, for whatever reason, in your definition, then they're not a man anymore, or a male. So go ahead and unmute yourself, and then we can talk about that.
You all look at your phone. We know you're doing 300 different things.
That has... Okay. If you get your prostate removed, you still have prostate function.
What's that prostate function?
You still have what's a woman's PSA score?
What's that function that they have without a prostate? And again, we have to talk about the difference between men and males. We have to talk about the difference between men and males, right? So, are you talking about males here?
This is funny. I can't believe that we're talking about this.
Okay.
You don't think there's a difference between men and women?
Can you tell me, are you talking about males or men here?
How about testicles? Do women have testicles?
Cue ball. Are we talking about males or men or females or women here? We have to be specific.
I'm going to be specific about one thing. You can't take, okay, so if a person is born with one arm.
I don't want you eating on a live stream. You cannot chew on a live stream. I don't want you chewing on a live stream. Yeah, all right, whatever. Run, dude. Guys, I'm happy to have these conversations, but we have to distinguish the difference between sex and gender, okay? That's going to have to be basically the first part of the conversation. All right? Because I think most conservatives that we talk to know that there's a slight difference between the two. I've actually spoken to very few that say they're exactly the same after talking about it a little bit.
Men can get breast cancer, but they don't have, milk ducts, so there's that part.
All right. And again, we are looking just for options, guys.
He goes into RJ's and just crashes out all the time.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Stephanie, do you mean to request, or was it an accidental? All right. I'm going to assume it was accidental. If you meant to, just re-request. True. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey,
I'm good.
I just need to know your
hello.
age. I just need to know your age first. How old are you?
Age?
Yes,
I'm
please.
29, bro.
Okay, cool. And do you have an issue, problem, whatever, with the LGBT plus community?
Not specifically, not so much. Although I seen those parades that go. Where you going, bro?
I hear you. Keep talking.
I have seen those parades, and I feel like the LGBTQ community is going a bit too wild on those parades. And
Where did
yeah,
you see these parades? Like what city?
well, they go around Poznan, Copenhagen. There is plenty of those.
Yeah,
So
well,
you-
we're not in Copenhagen, so like
Well,
we can't.
that's fair
Hi,
enough.
hi.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Still
It doesn't
talking.
matter where you are. It's about the community.
It does, because here's the
it does
thing.
now.
Be quiet. What the hell? Because your customs are different than ours in the United States. For instance, having lived in Europe, you guys are more open to like nudity, where over here we're not. So we don't go to Copenhagen. We don't know like what you're even referring to. Like, what is it that they're doing that's got you all like annoyed?
Well, as you said, we are kind of more open to the nudity. However, I am feeling that they are still kind of going too wild on those parades.
Doing
Don't
what?
you think that since I'm okay
Doing
with nudity,
what?
I
Doing
don't
what?
know,
What do you mean by going wild?
being degenerate, probably.
Be specific. Give an example.
Well, most of those fucking people should be, I don't know, working, providing for their fucking families, doing shit, not being naked.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, bro? People take time off. Why do you care if what they do with their PTO? Like, you get probably 40 days of time off, vacation time? Why do you care if they spend it going to a parade one afternoon? That's weird.
Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
hello, you couldn't hear me all this time.
No, you were on mute, so go ahead and respond to
Oh,
what Page and I said,
shit.
or what most of Page said. Please respond.
Well, I don't know where I left off.
Well, I don't know how to teach you how to have a conversation, so...
Well, that's TikTok shit.
Listen, dude, can you converse what was just said, or no?
Not really, no.
All right, man. Well, learn how to have a conversation next time. It's not that difficult. Fuck. All right, let's get to the next one. We are just looking for opposition. By the way, if you beg in the comments to come on up, or you say, let me up, I'm actually going to not let you up initially. I'll get to you at some point, but it makes me not want to bring you up, okay? So anybody that demands to come on up, you're going to get skipped over at first. You'll get a let up at some point, but learn how to have a little bit of patience. Hello, how you doing? Hello, how you doing? Tree. Tree going once. Tree going twice. Goodbye, Tree. Hey, guys, make sure you check the thing to see if you accidentally requested, okay? You'll notice the guest thing looks a little different if you accidentally requested, so just try to unrequest yourself. All right, let's get to this one. All right, Fire Blast, it's your turn. Hello, Fire Blast.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey, what's
how are
up,
you
man?
doing? How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
All right, I just need to know your age. How old are you?
I'm 35.
All righty. Do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community?
Kind of do. It's kind of because you guys represents a certain party, like the Democratic Party, which most Black Americans. I'm a Black American. 90-something% of Black Americans vote Democrat. But you guys are pushing this LGBTQ on people who are typically, even though they vote Democrat, they're lean more conservative. You get what I'm saying?
No. What's being pushed?
Okay, for one, there's videos like all around saying that the LGBTQ are trying to focus on children and trying
So give an
to.
example. Yeah, so give an example.
Okay, there's a video on YouTube saying we are coming for your kids.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
Where is this happening?
It's all over. It's in the library. They're trying to make public libraries
I know,
where
but
kids
hold
can
on. I need a specific example, though. Hold on. You understand why I'm asking for specific examples, right? Like, I hope you understand why I'm asking that. I can't just take your word for it. So you got to please give me a specific example of this.
I'm saying there are books that are being pushed into the libraries.
Okay, we can't keep
Teaching
pivoting to new
children,
things. You can't keep
teaching
pivoting to new
children
things.
about the LGBTQ,
Fire Blast,
right?
Fire Blast. You have to give specific examples, either of this book or the whatever the hell you said before.
I mean,
You
I don't know
have
the
to.
name. I'm sorry, I was born straight, so I mean, I don't understand. I don't know the name of the book, but I'm hearing people talk
So tell
about it.
me.
Why is that
Hold
funny
on.
when I
But
said I was born straight?
Fire Blast. You can't say that there's inappropriate books being taught in schools if you don't know the name of the book. Tell me the name of the book.
I don't research those titles, but what I'm
Then you
saying is there
can't
are.
make that claim. Fire Blast, and you can't
How
make
can I
that
not make
claim.
the claim? That's like
Because
me
if you
saying,
don't,
hold on. That's just
if
like
you
me
can't
saying,
tell me what it is, how the fuck can you make it claim that it's true?
that's like you're saying, this is like this, right? I'm saying, I've seen videos about it. There are literally people
Fire,
protesting about
what
this
you're
stuff.
doing right now, I could sit here and go, and I've seen videos and then of, like, I don't know, pigs flying out of monkey butts. And then you go, excuse me, can you prove it? And I go, it's on YouTube. Now, where do we go?
Okay, I could say the same thing towards, let's say that there are black people
Let's
that's literally
not
being
go.
unalive on trees, right?
Fire
And then when I
Blast.
say, hey,
That's not
that's
what we're
not
talking about.
that's
That's not what we're talking about. Stick to the topic, please. We're talking about LGBTQIA. You're talking about like books that shouldn't be in schools. You can't name any books. You also talked about a video saying we're coming for your kids. You have no idea. You're just like, it's
oh, that video is
YouTube.
on YouTube. It is on YouTube. Just type in LGBTQ, say
No,
they're coming for your
no,
kids. It's
no,
simple.
no. You can prove it to us. We're not doing your homework for you.
Guys, for
I got
anybody
another
that comes
question.
on, hold on. For anybody that
Okay.
comes on up, you have to give specific examples. You can't just say X, Y, Z is happening and then say, hey, you need to look it up. This is on you. It's your claim. Okay? Fire Blast,
Okay.
provide
Let's
the
give
example.
specific examples. The LGBTQ parade in New Orleans, right? Because what it was last month was the LGBTQ month, right? They had a parade celebrating it in New Orleans. They was pushing this in front of children. My thing is, if while we're
No.
celebrating, hold on, wait, let me finish. Can I
If
finish? Can I
children are
finish?
there,
Nope.
if children are there, that's because their parents brought them there.
Do you think that that's good for society?
I want you to give examples of these things happening. I don't know why you're incapable of doing that.
My thing is, why are we're celebrating someone's sexuality when we
Show the
so
example, Fire Blast. Show the
I just
example.
said the parade in New Orleans last month. They
What
celebrating
is,
sexuality. Where is the straight
okay,
parade? Why we don't
we're
have a
pivoting
straight
to
parade?
Fire Blast. If you want to have a straight parade, go for it, dude.
I
Go
think
for
we
it.
should. When is
Then go for
straight
it. Fire
month?
Blast,
When is
then
our
go
month?
for it. Fire Blast, your month is every fucking day of the year. All right? So if you want to
Our
do that, go for it. Fire Blast, you can do it. Nobody's stopping you. You're
why are we
angry that people are
celebrating?
having you're angry that people are doing this. That's a weird thing to be angry at. It's
How is
weird.
that weird? How is that weird?
Because you're letting people affect your feeling in your day-to-day life and your
No,
thinking when it has
no.
nothing to do with you. It doesn't harm society, it doesn't harm you, but you're letting it bother you.
And as somebody
What
that
I'm
used to,
saying
as
is,
somebody that's lived in New Orleans, y'all
okay,
sit there and you bring kids around people throwing beads and showing titty and yitty all the fucking
it's
time.
all, and they
All
also
the time. Be quiet. Listen.
that flag that you.
Anywho, so
I
you're
don't live
going
in
to
New
address.
Orleans,
You can.
but that
Oh, so then why are you talking about New Orleans, sir?
because I'm from Louisiana, man. I'm from
Great,
Louisiana. We are sick.
great. So then you're aware of Mardi Gras, where people bring their children all the time. And if people bring their children to Mardi Gras, they handle that with their kids. I don't know why you're worried about them. If they bring them to the Pride Parade, that's those parents, that's those children. I don't know
Ma'am,
why
there are
you're
certain
sitting here.
places you can.
Hi, I don't know why you're raising your voice over that. That's really weird.
I'm trying to answer. Listen, there are certain. If you've been to Mardi Gras, you said you was in New Orleans, then you know there are certain places that you can take your kids to, and you won't see none of that. You just
But
there to
it's
have fun and catch
There
beats,
are
perfect.
right?
people
Perfect.
who bring
Hold
their
on.
parents
So,
all the
so, so,
time
but what I'm
You're making
down
the
to the
argument for us.
quarter and that take them on bourbon.
majority of parents are not taking their kids down on Bourbon Street, ma'am.
Now you're
Okay.
now you're shifting the goalpost.
No, you're
Because you're
shifting the
saying
goalposts because
you're saying not a lot. I understand that, but there are parents that still take them down to Bourbon Street.
ma'am,
No,
and they're
Farbless, you're
not
going to
Stop
continue to
calling
get
me
shush,
ma'am,
shush
fucking
for a
weirdo.
second. You are doing the same exact thing. So listen, if you're saying that they don't bring their kids to that, we can say the same thing about Pride, right? And you're not giving the same energy when it comes to Mardi Gras about kids seeing women topless or whatever. You're not giving that same energy. So if you want to give that same energy, you're welcome to do so. Guys, we can get the new guest at 20,000 likes on TikTok, all right? We're looking for opposition. Are you willing to give that same energy to kids who see those things at Mardi Gras?
100%. But
Okay,
we know where to go and not see that. That's what I'm
same with
saying.
Pride. Same with Pride. Same with
No,
Pride.
no. What? All right,
Yes, yes,
all right.
yes.
So pride, right? It's
Yes.
not just on Bourbon Street, right? Because we know Bourbon Street got the LGBTQ section. We know that, right? It's at the halfway point. That's why everybody hit the U-turn right there, and they flipped us off because we don't go down to that section. Anybody that been on Bourbon knows there's a halfway point to where you do not go down to.
Great. So leave it up to the parents to bring their kids to whatever Pride Parade that they want to bring them to. I don't know why this is bothering you so much. Fireblast, leave it up to the parents. There are ones that are more appropriate for kids. There are ones that are more adult friendly or whatever, right? Leave that up to the parents to decide. All right. I don't know why, again, you're letting this bother you so much. There are so many other things in life in which you should be concerned about, not this.
You're losing voters, man. I'm telling you, you guys pushing this right here.
Nobody's pushing
the Democrats
anything.
Then go.
Nobody's pushing
We
anything.
don't want you. We don't
Why
want.
you think?
We
Why you
don't
think
want
Trump
people.
won?
We don't want people who are bigoted. We don't want them.
That's
So
not
So
bigoted.
if we lose you, yes, it is. So if we lose
You're
you,
going against
good.
nature.
But do me a favor.
Oh my God.
Stay gone. Stay
Fire
gone.
blast.
Don't come back to the party.
Fire blast. The Democrats aren't pushing these things. The Democrats don't do nearly enough for the LGBT plus community. All right, so you're complaining two different things. For one, I wish they did more. Actually, I don't know what again you're so angry at. What's that
There's
last
a
thing that you brought up?
transgender by the name of
what was that last
Ashley.
thing you
Is it
brought up?
Ashley Webb that's
I
running
don't know.
for Congress or somewhere
Cool.
up
Great.
in Maine?
Great.
Like
Great.
yo, it's like a comedy show, man.
Okay, great.
It's
Let
like
them
a
run.
comedy show, man.
Hold on, Fire blast. This is the thing. They're a human being. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Why does it matter?
I get it, but you're telling little boys that it's okay to wear dresses. It's okay to cut off your privates. It's okay to act like a woman.
Hey, no boys are cutting off their privates. Now, you might be talking about circumcision. Are you against circumcisions?
No, I'm not against that.
Really? You're not against the kid not being able to consent to have part of their thing down there cut off?
That's a part of the Bible. I mean, do you believe in the Bible?
Oh, so that's different. So Fireblast, that's different. So 100%. newborn babies can't consent to that, but that's okay. You're a walking fucking contradiction. You're a walking fucking contradiction.
No. What I'm saying is, right? You're consenting. Hold on, y'all. To unaliving little newborn. I mean, kids before they're born. What are you talking about?
Okay.
And you're mad because somebody want to get rid of the foreskin?
Fireblast, we're not talking about abortion, okay? You're gonna fucking lose that one also. All right? You're not being logically consistent.
No, I'm not.
Saying
I'm
it's
not.
you're
Y'all
saying
already
it's
lost
okay.
that one.
You are saying it's okay to cut off a part of a thing down there for a newborn baby, and they obviously cannot consent. But somehow, if they're 9, 10, 11 years old, they can't get hormones at all. Again, that is a contradiction. I want you to somehow try to validate that. Can you try your best? You can't have both of those views.
You're just getting rid of the foreskin. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're just removing the.
Can newborn babies consent to that? Yes or no?
No, it's up to the parents.
Oh! Thank you. I agree. I agree.
Hold up.
I agree. Thank you.
Yeah, it's up to the parents.
Thank you. Okay, I agree.
Yeah, this is where I don't think you're educated because in this topic in particular, because like nothing's being cut off downstairs.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna say this
And that's
last
not
point,
happening.
and then
No, you're not gonna have like your little swan song right? This isn't your TED talk,
You don't even know what
right?
I'm about to say. You
But
don't even know
here's
what I'm about.
here. Be
No,
quiet.
we know what
I'm
you're about
still
to say.
talking.
We know.
I'm still talking. So those operations are not happening to underage children. Do we put braces on baby teeth?
Remember, guys, 20,000 likes, we can get to new guests. If you're enjoying live, send in the heart me. I do have my pay links in the bio. While it's
Why?
not needed, it's appreciated. And make sure you
Oh.
guys subscribe and like the tube live. All right, go ahead and respond to a page, please.
Why would you put braces on a baby teeth when you know there's gonna come out? That doesn't even
That's
make
her
some
fucking
sense.
point. That's her point.
So
That's her fucking
no,
point.
no.
Fire blast.
But what y'all doing is giving children hormones at the
Oh
age
my
of
god.
like 11, 12 or whatever
You
before they're
walked into her point.
18. All I'm saying is wait until they're
Yes,
18 and then they can do
there
whatever
are
they want to.
cisgender, yeah, there's cisgender girls, meaning non-trans girls take like puberty blockers the most for precocious puberty. We don't want 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old girls going through puberty and getting their period. It's just not good for their body. It's not good for their mental state as well. They're the ones that take those medications the most. So are you going to take them? Because you think like this, there are girls in my state of Florida, cisgender girls, who now have a hard time getting their hands on that medication because you guys took the rights away. This fucking bigotry took the rights away. And now we have cis girls in Florida who have to go out of state to get that medication.
Guys, keep tapping and sharing, please. Yeah. All right,
Okay,
go
I
ahead.
just want I want to ask you guys
Respond.
something, right?
You have to respond to something
When
she said. That's how a
I
dialogue
have
works.
she said she mentioned Florida. I mean, I don't even live in Florida. So what am I got to do with Florida? Like that don't even make sense.
I'm glad you understand a single word that she said. Now, I wanted to respond to something that you said. You said kids can't be able to consent, right? So is this for all medical decisions? They should wait till 18?
I think it's up to the parents until they're 18. Yeah. Yeah. So they make
Okay,
18.
so if the parents, along with the doctor, believe that it's best for 12-year-olds to get hormones as far as gender affirming care, then it's okay, right?
I think that's something sick, man.
Wait, no. That's your argument. You said if it's up to the parents up until 18.
It is.
So they can get hormones, correct?
No, I don't believe that.
So then it's not up to the parents.
Everybody shouldn't have children. I'm just saying that. Let's put it like this.
That's a different topic. I need you to be able to somehow explain this. You're telling me it's up to the parents, but when I give you an example, you say no. Which one is it?
I'm saying it's up to the parents when it comes to certain medical decisions for the children.
Just
but
not the ones
what
that
you're
you agree
saying
with.
is what you're saying is that it's okay if the parents say, "Hey, it's okay to turn my son into a little girl and start putting dresses and everything on him." That's
hold on. So Fire Blast.
Okay.
So is it up to the parents? Yes or no?
Certain things should be up to the parents, 100%.
Okay, but just not when it comes to gender affirming care.
Man, listen, bro.
Fire Blast, please.
This shit weird.
Is it up to the? So you said it's up. You said it's up to the parents. So when it comes to gender affirming care, is it up to the parents? Yes or no?
I don't think the parents should be able to do that.
Okay, so then it's not up to the parents when it comes to medical decisions.
No, that's not a medical decision. You turn
it is
your
a medical
son
decision.
into a little girl.
Whether you agree with it or not, it still involves medicine. Yeah, even if you totally disagree with it, it's still a medical thing.
So do you think every parent, like as soon as the child is being born, is going to be like, hey, I hope for a trans son?
Fire Blast. I don't know why you're not responding to me directly. It's weird that you're not responding to me directly. Again, even if you completely
disagree to you, you don't like the response I'm giving.
Fire Blast.
You don't like what I'm saying, man.
Fire Blast. You're claiming that it's not a medical decision. Again, even if you completely disagree, it still involves medicine. It's still a medical decision. Okay? Now, it is absolutely something that's beneficial. You're thinking it's elective. That's what you're trying to get at. I don't know why I have to walk you to your own fucking point. You're trying to say that's elective and it doesn't really do anything. Now, we know absolutely gender affirming care helps them. We've seen that over and over and over via the data. So yeah, I want them to be able to do it because I want kids to have a better life. I want kids to feel better. I want kids not to be depressed. I want kids to not be able to self-unalive themselves. And all of these things help that. It's not elective. You can unmute yourself, guys. New guest at 20,000 likes.
Okay,
Go ahead.
at the end of the day,
At the end of the
because
day, always at the end
I
of
can
the
see
day. Okay.
we're not going to come to a common ground. But can we? Do you believe in science?
No,
Right?
we
It's not
can't come
something.
to a
It's not
common ground
something that.
because
Yeah, it's
you're
not
just
something
not
that you believe in.
educated in this. You're
No,
not
wait,
educated.
hold on.
You are so ready to start yelling. You're just not educated. If you would inform yourself a little bit more and keep an open mind and maybe go and talk to trans
I
parents or
got a
trans kids or trans
Bluetooth
adults.
headset. I'm
Hi,
speaking.
shut the
I don't
fuck
give a
up.
fuck, dude.
Then maybe, just maybe, you would get out of the fucking hole that you're in.
I thought
But
y'all loved
just
black
stay
people.
stupid. But until then, just stay stupid.
Look,
All right.
y'all. I thought y'all loved black people. Like,
We're at
what's up
20,000
with
likes.
this?
Goodbye. Science is not something that you believe in. It's not a belief. It's not something that you have to have faith in. All right. It's a process. All right. It's not a belief in the least. But let's get to next steps. We are looking for opposition. Okay. And guys, I have to. It's 2:30 right now. I have a client to train at the gym at 3:30. I live really close to the gym, so I just need to be done in like 45 minutes. Just give everybody a heads up. Give me a follow if you're enjoying the live on TikTok. If you're watching on the YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Chris, how you doing?
Good. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump up here.
Oh, you're good. Okay, you want to go back down?
Yep.
Okay, no worries. Take care, right? Take care. And people on the tube, I see you call in. When I have a guest on up, don't call in. And if you continuously call me and I don't respond, I'm just going to go ahead and block your number. And I assume the guy calling in is the same stupid guy from before. Copa, hello.
Yes. Hi. I just wanted to
How old are you?
make a comment.
How old are you?
I'm 69. I'm 69. I'm a Cuban American. I'm a black
do you have an issue
Cuban
with the
American.
LGBT plus community? Hold on. Do you have an issue with the LGBT plus
No, I
community?
don't. I don't.
Okay.
I just wanted to.
Did you vote for Trump?
counter
Did you
the-
vote for Trump? Did you vote for Trump?
No,
Okay.
never.
Please, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up.
I would never.
I'm only looking for opposition, okay? Guys, please don't take it personally. I'm only looking for opposition. And sorry, guys, I have a really bad sense of humor. I left at his age, I know. Sorry. I am slightly immature. Thank you, Dave. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Hey, go ahead and load, dude. Go ahead and load. All right, fine. I will answer this phone call from the tube, but I guarantee you it's the same fucking guy as before. Hold on.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
Hello, how you doing? Hello, how you doing? And they hung up. Let's get to the next one on TikTok. Guys, we are looking for opposition, please, all right? Come on. There we go. All right, Prime, how you doing? Prime,
Hello.
how you doing? Hey, how old are you?
I'm 14.
Yep, goodbye. Guys, you have to be 18 or above. You have to be 18 or above. If you're young, just stay and listen and get educated. That's all I ask. All right. I don't think we have anybody else in the request box. So TikTok, Moz, if you guys trying to if you can invite people, that would be great. And if you're on the tube, you can just call on in now since we don't have a guest on. Oh, make sure you follow my backup too, Doug too. Please and thanks. Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
How old are you?
28.
Okay. Do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community?
Yes, actually, I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Okay. What's your issue with the
What's
LGBT plus community?
What you say?
What's your issue with the LGBT plus community?
No, just I'm asking about. Do you have any advice about the how can we?
Do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community? Come on.
No.
Oh, so goodbye then. I'm only looking for people that are opposition. Guys, I am only looking for opposition. Either if you voted for Trump and or if you have an issue with the LGBT plus community. I don't know why this is so hard. Tick, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
28.
Great. Do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community?
Yes, I do. Many,
All
many,
right.
many, many things actually.
All right. What's that issue?
But the most issue was that where they actually get in trouble when they killed Charlie Kirk.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that. What's your issue with the LGBT plus community?
Because it's against God's rules. You
God's
can't do whatever you
rules.
want.
Okay, great. Where does God say that you can't be gay or trans or asexual or whatever? Where does God say that? Assuming it's real. Assuming he's real.
No, it is real. It is real. We have a verse, a full
it's
verse.
Not. It's not. But tell us where it says that. It's not. But tell us where it says that.
What you mean? What it was that? He gives a story of. He
Where
gives a
does it
story.
say-
He gives a story. Yeah, exactly. Let me speak. So there is someone called Saleh. There is someone called Saleh in Babylon. So in Babylon, people start that time. They start. Having. Man and man and woman with women having such relationship. So Saleh comes up to these people to stop this garbage. So they didn't want to stop, and they're trying to kill Saleh.
Okay.
But what happened
Where in the
actually?
Bible?
It happened a
You're not
great
answering the
flow.
question. Where in the
Babylon.
Bible? Where in the
Smash
Bible does it
all
say
of
this? Tick. Where in the
No,
Bible
in the
does it
Quran.
say
In the
this?
Quran. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim.
He's talking about. Yeah. So he's talking about Babylon.
It's famous. It's a
But that
famous
wasn't
history, actually.
because of us. You stop talking. Why? What is wrong with you men coming up here and acting out like this? Like, where the fuck were you guys raised? Chill out. That's not really the reason why Babylon was was ended. But we're not gonna we're not Muslim, we're not Christian, so we're not gonna get into a religious debate. Talk about
No, but
modern
it's
times.
not. That's not how it goes. The majority people on earth, they are religious. The
I
Abrahamic
don't
system.
give
If
a
you don't
shit,
enjoy, we're gonna
bro.
throw you through the most build.
We don't fucking care. Take your fucking Bibles, your Torah,
No, we have power right now, and Donald
take
Trump is the
all of
Messiah,
take
and
all
he's
of
the.
it, and you don't even go
Take
here,
it.
bitch. You don't even go here, bitch. Take it and shove it up your ass. We don't care about
How much did you
that.
pay for your followers? Hey, how much did you pay for your followers?
No, I don't pay. I have a great content, and I don't know if you wanna.
Well, how much did
go
you
up
pay
and
for them? Because if you truly had 500,000, the viewer
No,
count
we
would be
religious
insanely
people
high.
actually we don't have so much money.
Bullshit.
Tick,
So we
tick,
don't
tick,
buy
tick. I know
views.
you.
No, I don't buy.
I know you paid for your followers because we would have a lot
No,
more
I
people in this
can't.
live if you truly had
I
500,000
can't.
followers.
No, I can't. I do stories. I do vlogs.
Jesus
Alhamdulillah, I'm famous in my areas. You know what I mean?
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. All right, you're not answering any of these
Gonna bring
questions
the
at all.
Crusaders again. That's what I'm saying in my lives, and that's what.
So anyway, so guess what? Yeah, shut up. Nobody.
Hey, who cares about you? Don't talk to me. I'm not talking to women. You know, we Muslim haram.
I own
There it
digital
is.
marketing.
There it is.
Hi,
Shut up now.
shut
Shut
the
up.
fuck up. Shut
What? Go to kitchen.
up,
Go to the
dog.
kitchen.
Shut up, dog.
What the women do?
Shut up, dog. Why? You can't. What is it? You need me to make you a sandwich because you can't reach the counter? You're too short? Are you too short? Step stool doesn't work for you? We don't give a shit. And you do buy followers. Having 500,000 followers and only 1,400, your average sucks. I own a digital marketing and advertising company. Your fucking numbers are god awful.
Wow, so your attention is all about my content. It's interesting. Because you atheists have a bad situation always. And go back to your family, man. They're looking for you, man. You are missing.
Cares. Take your fucking religious shit and shove it right up your ass.
Guys, we can
We
get to
did
new
some
guests
of
at
it in
35,000
with
likes.
Donald Trump.
35,000 likes, we can get to new guests.
Donald Trump established the Abrahamic according. So now it's too late, man. We can't go back
You're
anymore.
Muslim.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
hey, so you're sitting here. You're Muslim, and you're like, oh yeah, let me big up fucking Trump, who banned my people from coming into the United States, who started Muslim hate, who said all that fucking weird shit about Muslims coming from shithole countries. You fucking clown sitting here owning yourself.
You're a flat earther?
It is. That's why I'm so interesting, you know, for the most people here on Earth. And I lost many contents, by the way. This is my last one.
So you are a flat earther. You are a flat earther. I don't know why you have such
I do.
difficult time answering the question. Why do you believe the Earth is flat?
Because God created the Earth flat as a kingdom, not as a
That's
planet.
not a
Planets
fucking
are
answer to the
enough.
question. That's
Nah,
not an
it's in
answer
the
to
Bible.
question.
He's gonna do the
Yeah,
filament
it is in the Bible.
bullshit.
You're so dumb. You don't read books, man. Shut up. And by the way, we are Atlantis.
You shut the fuck up,
Lord of
weirdo. You're a guest here. You're a guest.
You're talking too much. I'm not talking to women. Shut up.
Tick. Fuck off. Fuck off. All right. Explain to me why the sun goes below the horizon if the Earth is flat. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Guys, 35,000 likes when we get to you guys.
It's a perspective from the dome. The dome is actually a perspective of the horizon, sunset, sunrise.
No. If it was flat, you'd be able to see it continuously. Why does it go below the horizon?
Because that's the perspective of the humans.
That's not. What do you mean by perspective? Explain
Here's what
that.
he's doing. Here's what it is, because it's in the Bible like this. Shut the fuck up. I'll do it for you. You're so goddamn bad at it. So in the Bible, the firmament is flat and has like a dome thing on it. So that's how they get around explaining like why they
The
can see
dome
that
is
is
like a
because
lens.
shut the fuck up.
That's like that. It's like that Simpsons. It's like that Simpsons movie, right, where they have the dome over their whole town.
Yes, exactly. That's
what it's like. That's what it's like. Like that Simpsons movie.
Yeah, that's a lens.
God, you're fucking. God damn it.
That's the lens.
God damn it! I swear to God.
Why you muted me when you ask me questions? You Viking. You look like a Viking, Amatsko. You ask me questions.
A Viking? I look like a Viking? What the fuck does that mean?
Amatsko. Look at you, man. You look like Holland, Amatsko. But go back to Europe, Amatsko. Stop speaking. I mean, okay, the Norway people, they do speak English too. So go back to Norway, man.
Is that supposed to be an insult? Calling me a Viking? Is that supposed to be an insult?
Yes, because the Vikings they were so late in knowledge.
So guess what? Viking is a job, you dummy. What you're doing is you're sitting here fucking going, you're a shoemaker. You're a shoemaker. That's literally what you're doing because you're so stupid. You don't know that Viking isn't an ethnicity. It's a fucking job.
Why are you muting me? You're talking
because you don't know to keep your mouth shut. When a woman is speaking, you keep your mouth shut. You particular. Right? You're the guy that can't reach up to the counter to make himself a fucking sandwich. You're gonna have a woman to do it for you.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Guys, remember 35,000 likes we can get to new guests.
Maybe she's from Bulgaria,
I don't
bro.
even know if I can make it to 35,000 likes.
You sound Dutch. Not gonna lie.
No, I'm Moroccan actually. I'm Moroccan Empire. I'm the first country who recognized America as its independence.
You know what? I love Morocco. When I went to Morocco, I absolutely loved it. But I can tell you, you're probably the worst motherfucking thing to come out of it. You're a fucking clown.
You don't like...
You're a clown of Morocco. Parlez-vous français? Nem people. Parlez-vous? Yeah, fuck off, dude.
You sound so weird, man. Don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Let the host. Come on, Vikings. So you asked me a question about the sunset, and then you muted me, you Viking. Shame on you, man. Don't mute.
Guys, 35,000 likes. Get the taps up. We'll get to new guests. We are looking for opposition. If you're in a request box and you agree with Paige and I, please do drop in the request box. We're almost there. If you're watching on the tube, you can call on in. Again, if we have a guest on up, please don't call in. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the live over there too, okay?
Okay, that's my last thing to say. Trump is the Messiah. So now...
Yeah. Flicker up.
All right.
Flicker up. Shin.
Get the hell out of here.
Hope you speak fucking French.
I guess I'm a Viking now. I've never been called a Viking before.
That was pretty funny though. You Viking? You shoemaker?
That is actually the first time.
Broker?
First time I've ever been called that. But I'll take it, I suppose. Hi, Leanne. How you doing?
I'm fine. I didn't mean to get up there.
Oh, you're okay. I'll go ahead and bring you down. I hope you have a great rest of your day, okay? Take care.
Thanks.
All right. Remember, guys, we are just looking for opposition. All right. What's up?
It's good.
Hey, you have a lot of wind in your background. Can you get away from the wind or whatever?
Not really. I'm outside, so if it doesn't get better, then.
All right, I'll try the best to deal with it. Guys, let me know in the comments if it gets too bad, okay? Anyways, I just need to know your age. How old are you?
29.
All righty, what's up?
I guess we can talk about LGBTQIA plus, whatever.
Okay, yeah, what about it?
Where did all these pronouns come from? Like, what's the deal with that? I can't get on board with it.
We've always used pronouns. He, she, you. Those are pronouns we've always used. You do as well.
I know, but we're IA plus, intersex, all that stuff. Like,
that's not pronoun. Those aren't pronouns.
All right, let's. I get the pronoun thing. I got you on that. But the LGBTQIA
That was fast. You got over it real fast, buddy.
What about the LGBT?
They, yeah, the pronouns I'm not so much bought in on. They, them. Like, you can be both. Like, what's the deal with that?
No. We've always used pronouns. Like, what's your issue with pronouns currently?
I know, but like, what's with everybody in their Instagram bio? They, them.
Yeah. So the reason why that happens, the reason why many do that, is because it used to be where only trans people would have their pronouns, and it would sort of put a label on them or put a target on them. Now, when other people do who are cis, it kind of makes it a little bit more, or I guess, normalized for lack of better words, and it doesn't quite put a target on them, putting their pronouns in it. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay. Because otherwise people who would have the pronouns in there who are trans, they would always get targeted, harassed, and things like that. And we don't want that happening.
Okay. Another thing I can't get on board with is if you're a biological male and you want to be a female, you want to be a girl, a woman, even though you're a biological male, I'm not on board with you going into a quote unquote women's bathroom.
Right, so it's not about wanting to be one; they just are. And your wind is getting really loud, man. I would love to have a conversation, but your wind is getting very fucking loud. So if you can try to find some sort of insight, that would be terrific. But yeah, it's not about wanting to be a woman or a man; they just are. That's what they are. Just like you are a man, it's not like you want to be one; you just are one.
Yeah, I'm born a male.
Yeah, but that's not the require. Sure, but that's not the requirement to being a man, being a male.
I know.
And you may not even know if you're a male. Have you ever gotten karyotyped? Do you know for 100% certainty what your chromosomes are?
Oh, I may be a female for all I know.
Well, sure. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. You don't know for sure what your chromosomes are unless you got karyotyped, and you could very well have different chromosomes, but have everything else that like a man typically has. But you would still probably call yourself a man, I would imagine, despite your chromosomes potentially being different.
Yeah, you never know. It may be a female. Who knows?
It seems like you're not genuinely responding to me.
No, I'm serious. I'm being honest. You told me I've never done a test, so I'm just saying it could be a female. I'm agreeing with you.
So CB, in the comments, you said I'm gonna cook this host. Have you entered the kitchen yet?
That's what I'm saying.
Have you started started up the stove or something? Because I'm not seeing a lot of cooking.
I'm very good at cooking, so I could be a female.
Okay, well, you're not really doing so well at it right now. So tell me what the issue with a trans woman using a woman's restroom or a trans man using a men's restroom. What's the issue?
Because there needs to be a unisex bathroom that they use because, for example, you have a daughter?
I do not have a daughter.
All right. You have a daughter, and a guy who says he's a female walks into the bathroom with your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
Well, but that issue can happen. So if you're telling me this guy has bad intentions or whatever, that can happen anywhere, right? It doesn't have to happen in a restroom. For example, a man could go into the men's restroom and a little boy could be in there, and that man could have really bad intentions with that little boy, right? Bad people are going to do bad things.
Of course.
Whether someone's trans or not doesn't dictate that at all.
Well,
In fact, we actually see trans people commit these things at lower rates, sexual assault and things like that, than cis people do, if anything.
Are you CB? Are you okay with increasing like safety in women's bathrooms?
Let's limit it as much as we can. So why would we allow
Cool. So I'm gonna
if we
need you
go into
cis
the
white men.
opposite
Cool,
biologic?
cool. So I'm going to need you cis white men to stop using public facilities. Because
I
statistically,
could be a female.
you hi.
Got
Because statistically, you're the fucking problem. You guys are the problem, not trans women, but cis het white men. So if you want to increase safety in bathrooms, in gyms for women specifically, then use cis men. Stop using the bathroom, please. Thank you. Just don't use public facilities. Keep your hands inside the car at all times. Hands and feet inside the car. Just sit in the car. We'll be fine. Just stay there.
Guys,
That'd be great.
50,000 likes. 50,000 likes we can get to new guest, right? Yeah. So, CB, do you have anything to say about that?
There should be a separate bathroom for trans people to use, unisex.
Okay, so you want every single public place to now construct a new restroom.
That's just one of the problems, dude. I'm not saying.
Well, it's not a problem.
Saying that's
though.
the only thing that's wrong.
But there's never been a problem with trans people using the restrooms that they feel most comfortable in. In fact, if you force trans women to go into the men's restroom, they actually have 3 to 4 times higher rate of being the victim of these things, right? Like if a trans woman's in the men's restroom, they're absolutely going to be targeted, right? So if you don't want people to be harassed and harmed and things like that, you shouldn't force them to go into those restrooms. Let them use the ones they're most comfortable in. That's where the least harm happens.
I think I agree with CB, but rather than a trans bathroom, I think we should make it the bigots are bitches.
Yes.
That bathroom.
That's Trump
Cool,
voters
that's where
only,
you should
right?
go. That's where you should go, CB. We're little
And you
snowflakes.
should go in the
We're little snowflakes. Yeah, quiet time. Quiet, piggy. So that's where you guys can go. We'll have a bigot bathroom,
Sounds
and
good.
you guys can go in there.
You sound upset.
I know the wind is bad, guys. Let me see if I can find new guys. Cross, how you doing?
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm only looking for opposition. So are you either a Trump supporter or have an issue with the LGBT plus community?
I did vote for Trump. I want to be clear.
Cool.
I don't hate the LGBTQ community. Many of my best friends are gay or bi or are members of the community. I do have frustrations. That's different.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Did you vote for him in this last election, 2024?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. So here's the issue. You can have all the gay and trans friends that you want, right, or tokenize them all you want, but that doesn't take away from the harm that you're doing towards that community with your vote.
Well, here's my thing. I want to kind of go into my frustrations without like being mean or hateful. You know what I'm saying?
What are your frustrations?
One of my frustrations I have with the community is their blind support for groups that absolutely hate gay people, lesbians, LGBTQ members of the LGBTQ community.
No.
Like, let's take this.
I know what you're talking about, right? So
yeah, I don't want to get to TOS. I don't want to get to TOS. That's I'm trying to avoid getting TOS.
Let's just get straight to the point. Whether people have negative views about the LGBT plus community or not, that doesn't mean that we think they should be unalived. Okay? Right? I don't want groups of people to be G-sided. I don't want that happening. Whether they have shitty views or not.
Yeah, but I mean,
I would hope you would agree. I would hope you would agree.
Yeah, I do. What I'm saying is they blindly, like, let's take Israel for a second, all right? They go all out and they're like, from the river to the sea, let's exterminate Israel. And it drives me crazy. I'm not saying what Israel's done is right, but it does drive me crazy that Tel Aviv is the largest city in the Middle East that where LGBTQ people are free. You know what I'm saying? And it drives me crazy. It's like in Iran, what happens to...
No. You're conflating so many different things, and it's hard not to believe that you're not doing it purposely.
The
Like, I don't understand
LGBTQ community is not going to overlook a G side because they throw a good fucking party in Tel Aviv, you fucking weirdo.
Well, hold on, chill out. I'm having a good faith conversation. My problem is that they blindly support...
You're making light of G side. It's
I am not. Okay,
You
let me ask you a question.
absolutely are.
Oh,
You're
hey,
saying this country, right? Not its people, but the military, the government, because they throw a great party, right, for LGBT. We should be like it's stepping in line with them. They unalive innocent people, children, thousands, tens of thousands. Fuck them.
well, hold on a second. Let me ask you a question. How many people died in the Tigray War? How many people died when Rwanda invaded?
I don't want to get too off topic here because we're
Well,
getting
my
pretty off
point
topic
is,
with this.
well, no, let me link it up. Give me like a few seconds to link it up. My problem is that you have one. Okay, please let me finish what I'm saying. All right, the left and the LGBT community focuses on one war. There are wars where 3-4 times the amount of civilians have been ended, and nobody talks about it. I bet you've never even heard of
This
the
has nothing
Tigray
to do
War.
with the topic. Cross, let's get back to the topic. I don't want to talk about this. This is not the topic right now. I don't know how you got to this. No, I want to talk about the LGBT plus community. That's what we're talking about, the LGBT plus community. You can go to a different live and talk about this.
Okay, fine. I'll link it back to the LGBT community. They support groups that would happily exterminate them. And I think that's a little bit backwards.
Okay. Once again, I want to get to the topic because you're still trying to stay on this one. All right. Again, I don't care what people's views are. I don't want it to be G-sided. End of story. Okay. Now, when it comes to LGBT plus community, what is your problem?
I told you that's part of it.
Okay, great. So let's talk about a different thing.
I also think that some of the legislation, like Senate Bill 132 in the state of California, makes the community look bad, as a general rule of thumb.
How so?
I think that putting laws into effect that allow people who are not trans women to identify with that subset category to be housed in women's prisons, for example, is asinine, and it just paints a target on the back of genuine people who are trans.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean calling trans people not trans?
So there's a difference in my mind between somebody who has the surgeries, somebody who actually has committed to this lifestyle, and
it's not a lifestyle.
That is where they
not
hold
a lifestyle.
Oh, let me think of a better word. This is how they're aligning, okay, with their alignment versus somebody who makes the claim saying, "Now I'm a woman, house me in a woman's correctional facility." That has happened in California. That's what they signed in the law, and I think it's ridiculous.
Okay. So just to zoom out a little bit, you have an issue with trans women using women's space, being in women's spaces, right? Trans men being in men's spaces as a general. You dislike that?
It's situation by situation. The other guy who brought up the bathroom thing, that's just, I don't care about that. What I care about is when you have somebody who has a male private part being housed in a female's correctional facility. I think that is a dumb idea. I just think it's dumb.
Okay. So
if you want to house somebody, just to be clear, if you want to house somebody who's gone through the surgeries and stuff in a female's prison, I don't care.
Okay. Why does a surgery make a difference?
Because it's one thing to claim something, and it's another thing to actually follow through with it.
Okay, but that's not the requirement to being trans. That's not the requirement to being trans. You don't have to have a surgery or hormones to be trans at all. That's not the requirement.
Well, I have a problem with them being housed in women's correctional facilities. Take what Judge Sarah Netburn did in the lower district of New York. She put a pedophile and a
Hold on, be careful with your words on TikTok. Please be careful with your words on TikTok.
I am so sorry. My bad, my man. My bad. She put somebody, those above mentioned terms, in a female's correctional facility. All right?
But that has nothing to do with being trans, though. That has nothing to do with being trans.
But what
that
I
has an issue.
is... Well, go ahead.
That has nothing to do with being trans, right? Anybody who's a P3DO, that's a shitty thing, regardless if you're trans, cis, whatever. Well, I don't understand why you're extrapolating this to trans people.
But because they're backing laws like Senate Bill 132, which was signed into law in California, and other laws that allow anybody who claims to be a woman to be housed in a women's correctional facility, I think that's an asinine position to take.
Okay, so how are you dictating if somebody is trans or not? Because it sounds like you're the one who makes the decision, apparently.
No, I think that they need to show qualification that they've had the surgery and that they've actually followed through. They've taken the hormones, they followed through the surgery. They're not just somebody who's making a claim. Like, I could make the claim right now that I'm a woman, and by their definition, I would then be a woman, and if I committed a sexual crime, I could be housed in a woman's prison. That'd be ridiculous in California.
All right, so tell me where this harm is occurring. Can you tell me that there's more harm being done in these prisons because of this?
Yeah, you don't house somebody who sexually attacked
No,
somebody in a women's prison.
I want you, but anybody can attack anybody. A woman can attack a woman, a man can attack a man. That has nothing to do with your man. You're a man, woman, whatever. People attack each other. That unfortunately happens. And by the way, if you're calling on YouTube, I already have a guest up. I will block your phone, your number, if you keep calling. Yeah, people attack each other, unfortunately. That's a thing.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's asinine to make it easier for these people to do that. And it makes the trans community look terrible, and it paints a big target on their back.
I think you're projecting that upon them. I think you're projecting that upon them. I don't see how that makes them look bad. And if anything, these are cis people doing that. But Cross, you're talking about cis people being the problem.
Well, yes, what I'm saying is that it's being enabled by the LGBT community. If I was a member of the LGBT community, I'd be like, to hell with Senate Bill 132. That's a stupid law. Just like the judge who put the above-mentioned criminal categories in a woman's prison, that is a stupid decision. Why are you doing that?
Okay, but you're not
stand up on stuff like that.
You're not telling me where is this, like, where more harm is occurring from. Like, for example, if you're showing me data that because this was passed that we see like significantly more attacks within these prisons, then like I would maybe get on your side a little bit. But if you can't provide that, then it's hard to be on your side.
Well, let me ask you,
do you see what I need?
Yeah,
I
get what you're saying. For sure. I get what you're saying. You're having a good faith discussion on this. My thing is, though, you have to admit, though, like, just on paper, that is a stupid idea. Like you said, it enables, quote, cis men to get away with things they shouldn't get away with, correct?
But the issue is the other way around. If now trans women have to go with into the men's area, they're going to be attacked quite a bit, right?
Well, for sure. And that's what I'm saying is
and more harm would happen that
Go
way.
ahead.
More harm would happen. We know that if trans women are in men's spaces, we see this already. They are attacked at 3 to 4 times higher rates, right? So what you're suggesting is that would, and we already know that to be true. So if you're forcing that to happen, then we already know problems are going to occur. But with this, we don't see any problems happening.
Well, actually, what my suggestion is that they just have a more thorough vetting process when it comes to something like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just, trusting criminals to honestly identify their sexuality or their sexual gender orientation, that they actually are, thoroughly vetted before a decision like that's made. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is not unreasonable.
Can you hear me? I don't know. I know it froze. Can you hear me? Am I good? Okay. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was talking to myself for a while, so sorry. It was frozen on my end. Like, I didn't see any comments. He was frozen. Everything was frozen. So sorry about that. What's up?
Yo.
What's up?
Yeah, I think you got the wrong perception. I don't think MAGA hates gays. I think that you guys are pushing that agenda super hard.
Okay, great. Let's talk about it. Okay, hold on, slow down. Did you vote for, or how old are you?
39.
Okay, and did you vote for Trump?
Of course.
Okay, great. So what is your view on the LGBT plus community?
I support them 100%, but it's one of those things where the forcefulness in the schools is getting out of hand. And it's one of those
where is it in schools? Okay, so where in schools is this happening? Okay, give me an example of this. Give me an example of where this is happening.
All Chicago.
Okay, and what is being said or done?
They're hiring gay teachers and gay principals purposely to push the agenda.
Hold on, you have a lot of guys. Is his background noise too loud? Hold on, slow down. Is his background noise too loud? Because it's really loud. You have to get away from your background noise. It's really loud.
Oh, okay.
Can you get away from it?
Not really. All right, can you hear me now?
It's really loud. I'm gonna have to drop you. Please get somewhere quieter because I just couldn't fucking talk to you when that was too loud. A lot of people probably saw it was too loud because a lot of viewers dropped from that. Guys, we are looking for opposition though, okay? And that person who kept calling me on YouTube, you're blocked, obviously, because you guys don't understand consent. Trump supporters over and over prove that they can't really grasp consent. There's people who continuously try to call me on YouTube. And then I end the call. And then they continue to go, hey, thank you for the super chat. I'm really sorry I'm just seeing this. But Steffelson, thank you so much for the super chat. It says there was only one issue on the ballot in 2024, the security of our elections and the future of democracy. And MAGA failed us because they hate trans people more than they love America. Steffelson, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. I really, really appreciate you. Sorry, I just saw that. I apologize. It is consent. If you are calling somebody or doing something to somebody and they say no and you continuously do it, you are not respecting consent. You're proving to me that you don't know what the fuck consent is. Jesus fucking Christ. RJ. Yeah, RJ, from now on, RJ gets 50% of everything. Every super chats, every donation. Aaron, why do you keep requesting? This guy's always in my lives, guys. Aaron, why do you keep requesting?
Hey, I was just wondering if you've heard this soundbite that I found from Hillary Clinton.
What about Hillary Clinton? I don't really like her. What about her?
She recently came out praising how great Trump and the Republicans are doing at supporting Israel.
Cool. And do you think I support that? Where are you getting at, dude? You listen to me 24/7.
I mean, you supported it all across the Kamala Harris campaign. You just constantly supported it then.
No.
And you've been trying to ignore it ever since.
No, Aaron. You are in my lives. You are in my lives 24/7. Okay, we've had conversations before.
In your lives 24/7. When was the last day I was in your live?
Aaron, you are always Aaron. I can see who views my live the most. You are the top viewer.
Oh, you meant just scrolling through. I've gone through your live several times.
Every mod knows that he's always in the request box. You are always in the chat. Every mod knows this. Even non-mods know this. He's here all the fucking time. Yes. You are constantly in my lives.
I'm going to say something.
You're standing on some stupid pedestal and thinking that you're better than everybody because you didn't vote in the last election, right? But you don't give a fuck about anything that's being done right now because your vote went towards everything that is going. Your vote went towards everything that is happening, or your lack of vote, rather. Okay, Aaron, I don't support Hillary Clinton. Get out of here, dude. Fuck. So for anybody that doesn't know, he's one of those people that thinks he's better than everybody because he didn't vote. He just thinks he's better than everybody because of that. He's incredibly fucking weird. And he also doesn't understand consent. Yet he claims to be a far leftist. And he does the whole fucking purity test thing as well. Listen, I understand that Harris had a lot of issues, all right? But I also live in reality where I know either one of them was going to be president. There was no reality in which anybody else was going to be president, okay? So I live in the reality of where I want somebody to be president that was going to cause less harm than the other one, okay? I don't see why that's so hard to grasp. If I had to choose anybody, I would choose certainly somebody much further left than Hillary, but that wasn't the choice, okay? So because of people that didn't vote, because you did the fucking purity test thing, your vote went towards all the harm that's happening now. And again, with Harris, would things be perfect? No, obviously not. But I would rather have that than with the fuck Trump hit the request button. Somebody can call in from the tube now. I don't know what happened, Paige. She sort of just dropped out of nowhere. She said it was raining really hard. It was also raining by me, so I don't know. Yeah, somebody can call in from the tube. The guy who's obsessively calling me, you can call back if you want, but the fact that you're obsessively calling me is a little weird. Here, we'll call back this unknown caller. It doesn't let me call back an unknown caller. That's weird. But yeah, guys, if you've been enjoying the live, click the follow button on the top left on TikTok. If you're watching on the tube, just click the subscribe button. Hey, why do you obsessively call me?
You want people to call you that disagree with you.
Right. So when I end the call and cancel the call because I'm talking to somebody else, what goes through your head? I want to hear your thought process.
I'm sorry, what?
I want to hear your thought process. When you call me, I end the call because I'm talking to somebody else. What goes through your head to think, hey, I should call this guy again? I want to hear your thought process.
Oh, because you have a thing online that you want people to debate you that disagree with you.
Right, but when I end the call, but when I end the call and I'm talking to somebody else, that means I don't want to talk to you because I'm talking to somebody else, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't call then. So learn consent. So maybe learn consent. So maybe learn consent because clearly you don't fucking know consent either.
And you're consenting to being called. Consenting to being called on the internet.
Okay, but that doesn't That doesn't prevent you from being an obsessive weirdo who continuously calls because you have nothing better to do with your life.
When you want to debate online,
All right. So what do you want to debate about? Let's hear why you wanted to obsessively call me. What do you want to debate about?
I think trans people that groomed minors into thinking the same ideology.
All right. Tell me how they're grooming them.
Listen to be honest.
That's cool. Tell me how they're grooming them.
You know that whole man can turn into a woman can turn into a man thing.
Well, nobody's saying that.
Men and women's spaces.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Nobody's saying one thing at a time. Nobody's saying men can. Nobody's saying men can turn into women and women can turn into men. One thing at a time. Learn how to have a conversation. Hey, learn how to have a conversation. Okay? One thing at a time. Nobody, great. So engage in dialogue. Engage in dialogue. Engage in dialogue. Nobody's saying men can turn into women and women can turn into men. Nobody's saying that.
Yeah, you are. Yes, people are. Yes,
okay.
People are.
No, what you are saying, because you don't understand.
You're disagreeing with the own.
No. Here, because you lack the understanding of this. What people are saying is that males, right? Like trans women are often males and trans men are often females, right? But nobody's saying men can turn into women and women can turn into men. So let's just get straight to the point because this is where it always goes. Tell me what prevents a trans woman from being a woman or a trans man from being a man.
Okay. See, that whole word salad.
I asked you a direct question. I asked you a direct question.
I would say what prevents a trans woman from being a woman, a penis, and what prevents a trans man from being a man, vagina.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. That's a great answer. So the requirement to being a man is you have to have a penis. And if you don't have one, you're not a man, correct?
I mean, if you're not born without them, yeah.
Okay, so there are some males that are born without one, and there are some females that are born without one. Like, for example, vaginal agenesis.
Does that mean they are trans?
Hold on. Women who have vaginal agenesis do not have a vagina, so by your definition, they are not a woman or a female. Or a girl or a female. By your own yes, you said the requirement is to have those body parts. That's what you said.
You're nitpicking what I'm saying to make that my
Did you or did you not say you have to have a penis to be a man? Did you or did you not say you have to have a vagina to be a woman?
Yes, I said that.
Okay, great. So there are some that are born with vaginal agenesis. Okay, great. We will get to that. So people that are born with vaginal agenesis, please relax. People that are born with vaginal agenesis, they don't have a vagina.
Actually, don't have as much facial hair.
Okay, please. Hey, you're not having a conversation. You're not having a conversation. Okay, I want you to engage. Clearly, you're doing this because your argument sucks. So some that are born with vaginal agenesis, what would they be?
My argument is biological.
Vaginal agenesis, what would they be? If they're born with vaginal agenesis, what would they be? Answer the question directly.
What the fuck did you just say?
Vaginal agenesis. They are born without a vagina. What would they be? Answer the question.
Someone born without a vagina is still a woman.
Great, perfect. So the requirement to being a woman is not having a vagina. So let's go to the next one. What do you have to be a woman? Because it's not a vagina. You already agreed to that. Next one.
You have to be born a girl and grow up.
Okay, you have to be born a girl. What's the requirement to being a girl?
Is this such a hard thing to answer?
What is the requirement to being a girl? Answer the question.
My same answer. There are physical identifiers.
Okay. What are those physical identifiers? What are they? What are they?
I told you.
You said a vagina. Hold on. You said a vagina. We've already discussed that. That's not it. What's the next one?
All those other things.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So if a female is born without ovaries, because that is also a thing, would they still be a female or a girl?
That's the same thing. A female and a girl is the same thing.
Oh, no, they're not. No, they're not. But anyways, answer the question. If they're born without ovaries, what would they be?
How are they not?
If they're born without ovaries, what would they be?
A woman. A girl.
Great. So that's not the requirement. You're 0 for 2. What's the next one?
I've told you the requirements.
Nope, you're 0 for 2. Hold on. Slow down. Because you're too fucking stupid. I'm muting you. Nobody can hear you talking right now. So the first thing you said was a vagina is a requirement. We've already discussed that. That's not true. You were 0 for 1 there. Then you said ovaries. And you said that even if they don't have one, they still wouldn't be a female or a girl. Okay? So you're 0 for 2. Nobody can hear you. I muted you. Nobody can hear you. All right? So you're 0 for 2. Give us the next one. Go ahead.
You're giving me examples of genetic deformities.
Great. So that's not the requirement. So give me the next one.
You're giving me examples.
Give the next one. You're 0 for 2. You're 0 for 2. Go ahead and give the next one.
What do you want me to say? The chromosomes?
Okay. So they're all
Chromosomes?
okay. Perfect. So we can discuss that as well. All right. So there are some that are not.
Can you give me an example of a genetic deformity that affects chromosomes now?
There are, absolutely, yes. And would they?
That doesn't make you fucking trans. That just makes you a person with a genetic deformity.
Okay. You cannot say the requirement to being a female is having certain chromosomes.
Yes, I can,
you can't, because if they're born without, shush. All right, you're gonna get muted again. Okay. There are some that are not born with the typical XX or XY. Okay, that's a thing that happens. Okay. Now, hold on, nobody can hear you. You're on mute. Nobody can hear you. You're on mute. Nobody can hear you. You're on mute. So if they grow up, for example, right, if one grows up and they don't have the typical XX chromosomes, but they have ovaries and breasts, vagina, everything as they grow up that a typical woman would have, what would they be? Answer the question.
A woman.
Great. So the requirement is that having certain chromosomes. You're 0 for 3 right now. What's the next one?
I'm telling you, like you're saying
You're 0 for 3. You're 0 for 3. You know the great part of this, guys? I'm going to shut you up again. Nobody can hear. The great part is he came in thinking that he was going to own me on what a woman is. He clearly can't fucking describe what a woman is. He is 0 for fucking 3 on this. And he's going to be crashing out right now. Go ahead and crash out. That's what you're doing. Go ahead. Go ahead and crash out. You are.
I find it fairly entertaining how you're struggling to take an example of what a woman is.
Okay. You're 0 for 3. Would you like to try again?
And then so what you want me to give the example of giving birth, but you're going to say some people can't give birth because of genetic deformity.
Great. I'm glad you're picking up on this. I'm glad you're picking up on this. I am glad you're picking up on this. I'm glad you're picking up on this. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. I'm glad he's picking up on this, knowing that any single thing that he says is a requirement to being a woman, not all will have that. So he's actually starting to get to the point, but he's not going to accept the point here. Would you like to respond to that?
So what are you doing? So yeah, give me the point, please.
I don't understand how you don't get the point. The point is you came into the conversation thinking you knew exactly what a woman was, but we've gone through this, and you can't give me the requirement to being a woman.
You can look at exactly what women are.
Well, you have yet to be able to give an example of it that all women have. You have yet to be able to do that.
I'm going to say an actual woman like Ariana Grande.
Okay. So what prevents a trans woman from being a woman?
I'm born as a man.
Nobody's born as a man. What prevents a trans woman from being a woman?
They are. You're born a male and you're born female.
Great.
Yeah.
Male, female, or there's intersex. Right. Male is not the same thing as man. So what excludes a trans woman from being a woman? What excludes a trans woman from being a woman? What excludes a trans woman from being a woman?
Being born a man.
We've already discussed this. You cannot be born a man. What you're trying to say is they're born a male, and we've shut up. Nobody can hear you. Shut up. Nobody can hear you. All right. So we've already discussed this. That the requirement to be in those things, you've already 0 for 3 when it came to women, and you're going to be 0 for whatever when it comes to men. You're going to be 0 for whatever. So for every example that you give, I can give you ones that don't have that yet. You would still call them a man or woman or boy or a girl. All right. So you're really not doing well on this. Well, guys, I have to go in a minute, so there's no new likes from next guest. I'm going to end you. You suck at this. Guys, I got to end this. I got to train a client in 10 minutes at the gym, actually. And the gym's like 5 minutes away, so I need to get it changed. But anyways, I appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you give me a follow. Click on the top left of TikTok. If you're watching on the tube, make sure you subscribe. I may be live later, actually. So if you want to get notified ahead of time, you can join the bulletin board thing on TikTok by clicking my profile picture up there, or you can join Discord, which the link is in my bio. Appreciate all the conversations. Thank you to everybody who either gifted, Venmo, Cash App, whatever. It really means a lot. I think MAGA, again, proved that they are just shitty people and they can't argue at all. But I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, okay? Again, if I'm live later, I'll let you guys know.